Taylor Watch.
Welcome back to another episode of Taylor Watch. Happy Thursday.
Yay, and we have a special guest.
Special guest in the building, Bryan West. Hello, Bryan.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's fun to be here because you see it so much online, but then to be here in person.
It's weird, right? Is it the
fourth
same or
wall.
different?
It was better than I expected. Like,
Oh
it's
my
really
God,
fun.
thank
I thought it
you.
was like a closet,
Thank
but no,
you.
we've got a full space.
No,
Full
Yes.
studio.
better than expected.
Yes.
And
And
I'd
I'll
like
take
to
that every
say
time.
That's all of our new decor.
Yes.
Notice we have posts. We have to take them down and put them up every single time we're in here, by the way. So
All of our new
people
decor.
don't know.
We got the pink Whitney going. We should have poured Bryan a little glass before we started.
I know, because everybody knows that an episode of Taylor Watch and a day in the life is always paired better with a cold glass of pink Whitney.
Yes.
Get yourself out of the store. Get yourself a 20-shot bucket. Be the hero this weekend. We've got Beach House starting this weekend for everybody that is on board with that.
They're going to be drinking a lot of pink Whitney down
Drinking
there.
a lot of pink Whitney down the shore,
Yep.
and I'm excited to see how that unfolds. By the way, we didn't really
me
discuss
too.
it on here. For those who are interested, Barstool right now is doing it's a social only show. So think Summer House when they go out and we see the cell phone clips. It's basically going to be all that, but it's a group of people at the Jersey Shore. We've got some of our besties going, some other people that we don't know as well.
Yeah.
Just going to see how they all mesh together. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll be sharing all the clips.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do like a
today.
watch party,
Wouldn't that be
20-shot
something?
bucket.
Hell yeah. That's
What
what I'm
else?
saying.
What more could you
should
ask
we
for?
show up with a 20-shot bucket of pink Whitney? I don't know. And say,
At the
let's get
house?
this party started.
I think so.
That might be something to think about later in the month. But yes, so go ahead, shoot your shot with pink Whitney. We love you, Pink Whitney, so much. We have Bryan West here today. Bryan is the Taylor Swift reporter at USA Today.
Yes.
Bryan,
highly coveted job.
Highly coveted job. I think I talked shit about you at one point. I can't remember exactly. Maybe when you got the job. I don't know if it was you or if it was somebody else.
I think we might have both been like, oh my God, it's a man.
Yes, that was obviously
Yeah.
the thing, which I'm
And that's
sure,
okay.
which I'm sure you've heard a million times. And I gotta say, whatever was said, if it even was said at the time, can't really remember. Eating my words, eating crow. You are some of the best Taylor Swift reporting that I know, that we know, that we've seen. I've never seen boots on the ground quite like you.
Yeah.
So
Thank you
congrats.
so
on
much.
High
doing such a
integrity.
phenomenal job.
Yes.
High integrity. That's very important. And you're just a fabulous, fabulous reporter on the topic and in general, and also lovely. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. And I'm so glad that I got to work with you. And we have Miami. We will always have Miami.
We'll
the
always have
Eras
Miami.
We'll
Tour.
always remember
Yes,
Miami.
I'm not sure people know. We've said it before. We stayed with Bryan and Olivia, all the four of us, at an Airbnb.
Yeah, that was so
before
fun.
and your friend too. I can't think of her name right now. Your other
Samantha.
friend.
Samantha,
So-
shout out.
Very sorry to Samantha for forgetting her name briefly.
She had to see me at 5 p.m. when I woke up from like 18 hours of
forgot
sleep.
about that.
She was like,
she
who
fell
the
asleep and woke up literally 15 hours later.
Well, and I had live shots. I was up at 5 a.m. on NBC, like just
that's
in the
right.
corner with my suitcase propped up, cell phone, like fan behind
your
me.
room,
And I
like-
was worried about making noise because it's 5 a.m. And I was just
Yeah.
like, hi guys, good morning. Yes, we're here in Miami.
I
That
think
clip was funny.
a literal hurricane could have come through and I would have slept through it.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
I
that
was so dead
I forgot
ass.
all about that. That was crazy. But it was, so when we all got to go see the infamous rep bodysuit, gold rep bodysuit revealed, Bryan
Yeah.
was there as well.
Yeah.
So he understands. He knows.
Oh, I knew. And especially they didn't have reception on the floor. So
Yeah.
that night there were four big things. I think there was a new Fearless dress, there was Reputation,
Yeah.
a new surprise dress.
Yep.
And so without reception, I'm running up to the concourse. And one lady on my row kept saying, you're missing all the good parts. I'm like, no, I need reception to read an article. I have to talk to my
lady,
editor.
I've seen the show
Trust me.
50 times. I'm good.
I'm like, I'm so sorry.
Like, I don't mean to take away from your experience. So how many shows did you end up seeing in total?
So I saw 17 in person.
Oh my
And
God.
I
awesome.
ended up covering just over 90. It works out to, as all things, about 13 full days that I watched of the Eras Tour.
course.
So how do you cover it when you're not there? Do you just
Live
follow?
streams.
Of
Got it.
course, yeah. Which I feel like we also were on. Obviously, we were on that live stream grind.
Yeah.
Like we were constantly watching live streams. But I do think that you really did feel like you were boots on the ground watching the live stream. Like it was crazy how into it I would get. I mean, I was at a point where I was like propping it up on my iPad, like so
I was
could
like
be on
at
my
the
phone.
bar, like watching like
Yeah.
the surprise songs, like making sure she like didn't sing a song that I would want her to do.
And you get
Exactly.
programmed with it. So even when she'd go into the all too well speech, it would,
Mm-hmm.
I always said it was like Pavlov's
Dog.
chime,
Dog.
Yeah.
the dog.
Yeah.
So like you'd start salivating. So I would just be in the middle of like writing a story and all of a sudden You Belong With Me is on and I do the double clap,
Yeah,
just like
yeah,
not
yeah.
realizing.
Yeah.
That's so
Every single
funny.
time. That happens to me too if I'm listening in real time. If I'm listening to the songs specifically, "You Belong with Me." But yeah, what a time. What an experience. What led you to this? Have you always been a Swiftie? Have you always just been like, I'm gonna follow this girl around? Like, do you follow other musical acts? What's your history in that, if you don't mind me asking?
So my introduction to Taylor was 2006. I graduated high school. I grew up in rural Nevada. I loved country music. So I remember hearing Tim McGraw and going, this is cool. But what solidified it for me was she did a performance, I think it was at the AMAs or the ACMs, where she did You Should Have Said No underneath the cascading water.
Wait,
and I
that's-
thought,
Oh, man, that's the best. Wait, you were there?
That's so funny because
I wasn't there, but I saw it on TV
saw
going,
it. Okay,
who
okay.
is this performer?
That's
one of my
so
favorite
funny
performances
because
of all
one of
time.
the either one of DM or voicemail is talking about I should have said no. So that's
Wait,
so
that's
funny.
perfect
Small world, yeah.
timing. Wow, amazing.
But that
Man.
was an iconic
Tay Voodoo.
performance.
yeah,
Iconic.
It really is, yeah. The stars have aligned.
Yeah.
And so then I went to Northwestern, got a journalism degree, and I was
Hell
a
yeah.
broadcast reporter for about 7 years for the NBC in Phoenix. And I actually stepped away from news to focus on mental health and sobriety.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
Tomorrow
Also,
will
news is
be,
depressing.
Yeah.
That's why we
can
talk
be.
about Taylor Swift.
and tomorrow will be my 7 years, which I'm so excited about. We made it.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Wow, congrats. That's
And
amazing.
so when I walked out, I said, I'd only return to news at the time it was negative if I can report on Taylor every day. And that was in 2018. So in 2023, I was in a CrossFit class when my phone started blowing up. And my news dad said, hey, your dream job just became available. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have to rush home. I'm going to do a video, 13 reasons why they should hire me, and just send it off. I wanted to be first. And I think in hindsight, had I known the whole internet might have seen it, I would have done it a little bit different. But I thought, let's be one of the first ones in. And that became one of the barometers. They said your video was the one that everyone else was compared to. And so that was kind of pressure.
Well, that's incredible. But also, too, like, I don't discount that of like, oh, I wish I took a little more time, whatever. I feel like you put out your most earnest and real and passionate content on the first try. Like, I feel like that's always, obviously you want to go in and fine tune and do different things, but it's like you knew what you wanted and you got it. You know what I mean? Like, I commend you for that, because I feel like a lot of people they'll spend days and weeks and months and then end up not even doing anything. So clearly it was good,
And a lot of people applied for it. It was a 2-month process whittling down. I think what solidified it for me is normally I'm not a procrastinator. So even in school, if a paper was due on Friday, I'd do it Monday night. There was one assignment.
Can't relate.
There was one
No idea what
I'm
that's
like doing it like Thursday at midnight. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
We got it in. There was one assignment that they said, how would you cover a news story? And that was the weekend that it went out Friday. And I said, I'm going to wait till Sunday. I'm in Chicago with friends.
Yeah.
And that Sunday was when she showed up at the Bears game. And I jumped on it and said, here's how I would cover this, and wrote my entire thing. So Friday, had I turned it in, it would have been completely different.
Interesting.
Totally. And that's also just a sign, Like, I feel like, wow,
Yeah.
every star has aligned.
Everything happens for a reason.
So that's really exciting. So now, how long has Taylor been your orbit, or have you been orbiting Taylor, I guess you could say?
It's been about 1.5 years. So I moved a perfect
Wow.
It started
So much
because of
longer
the
than
Eras
that.
tour, right?
Eras
Yeah.
tour. So my first concerts that I was covering was Buenos Aires when she went. Karma's the guy on the Chiefs. Travis went down
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
And so followed for 1.5 years. But I don't think what people realize, and what you both saw firsthand, and thank you for that intro, is just you're doing everything. So I am like writing, I'm shooting photos, I'm doing video. It's just a one-man crew. My favorite story that I can reflect on is in Sydney, Australia. It was right after Sabrina Carpenter's set was canceled. She said the Bolter variant for Torture Poets, and then
Right.
Sabrina
Came
came out
out,
and did White
yeah.
Horse.
Yes.
And so I was running during the midnights, like era out of the stadium. I could hear it through the Accor Stadium to my laptop, which was at a coffee shop nearby. And I asked them to hold it because you can't bring your laptop inside.
Yeah.
They were closing.
So trusting.
Yeah.
But luckily, I was able to siphon the Wi-Fi, so I was right next to the entrance. And I'm writing all these articles. It was 6 a.m. Nashville time. My editor's on it. And this woman walks by and goes, can you look something up? And I was like, I'm so sorry, I can't right now.
Yeah.
I really can't.
And she goes, what could be so important right now? And I was
Taylor
like, my
fucking
world-
Swift.
Yeah.
My world's
Get
on
a
fire.
clue. Yeah. Get a
She just
clue,
brought out
lady.
Sabrina Carpenter for White
White
Horse,
Horse.
bitch.
Can you look up something? It's like, I don't know. Where's your phone?
Yeah.
I'm working
This is
here.
dire news.
I'm in a car. I'm literally on the ground with my laptop. Like, what do
Yeah.
you think this is?
Yeah.
Like,
That's
crazy.
funny.
There were hundreds of people around, so I hope she found the
Yeah.
help she needed.
I'm sure
I
she's
mean,
fine. Like,
I
I'm
can't
sure she's fine.
imagine how chaotic every single stop must have been for you, because I feel like not only do you have to deal with the hecticness of the arena. Like, will they have Wi-Fi? Will I have a good spot
And
to
they
see?
never do.
But
Especially
you also
with all those people in one place. Like, I
Right.
feel like there's never Wi-Fi.
And you also have to deal with like all the people around you too, like the fans and making sure you get the right articles and making sure you're not getting it any other way. And like, I feel like, was it Miami when maybe it was Olivia? She was like telling a story about how like someone next to her like got mad at her because she kept like going back and forth.
No, that's Bryan. Was
Was that you?
From the beginning.
No, I know you said that like literally 5 minutes ago, but
Yeah.
I remember someone being like, no, this lady like yelled at me. Like, was that you or was that Olivia? Because she was like, no, she like straight
I
up
don't
yelled at me and was
know.
like, stop going in and out. And Olivia was like,
Rude.
I have a job to do.
I'm
Reporting
busy.
from
Yeah.
the ground.
Maybe
Yeah.
it was. Damn. Maybe there were 2 stories like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Do you
people just,
find
they don't get it?
Do you find like comfort in the chaos sometimes?
I do. This is probably crazy, but even when I was a reporter, breaking news would calm me, and it's only because you don't have to worry about anything but your one story.
Right, and I guess like
That's
now
true.
at least
Good
you know
point.
you have a story to write.
And you're just
Completely.
trying to
Yeah.
cover it from all angles.
Yeah.
And when there's breaking news, so the Masters, for example, when that broke, it was writing several different stories, and then you're the expert because it's not like Taylor or her team is going on all these cable shows.
Right.
So as soon as you finish, then you have to switch mode. And I constantly think like, okay, we cannot go viral. Like we have
Right,
to
right. Like,
because
this
it
has to be
all
middle of the
ends
road.
like,
Yeah.
is this our last live shot?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's-
feel like whenever our clips go viral, I'm like, fuck.
I know. No, same. I'm like, this is just supposed
Yeah.
to be for our friends.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like,
don't
no,
look
no,
at-
no, no,
Don't
no.
look at us.
Yeah, it's scary.
Don't have an opinion.
Yeah, it's a lot of unwarranted opinions, and I think a lot of people obviously, see the clips instead of watching the show, so they don't understand our
Right.
dynamic and like who we are and like what we're actually trying to do with the show. And I feel like that was probably a common misconception with you when you got this job too. I feel like when
Yeah,
I
how did
heard
you-
that it was a guy, I was like, what do guys know about Taylor Swift?
Yeah, literally, it was like, wow, men taking women's jobs again. Like
No,
the
but
typical,
after
you know,
meeting
the
you,
typical
like
shit.
seriously, I couldn't think of a better person for the job. I mean, you
Without
bust your
question.
ass every single time. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Thank
do
you so much.
Do you feel like because of what we just said and the response at first, like how did you feel about the response when everyone found out that you got the job? And do you feel like you've been like maybe that also made you bust your ass harder to like prove that you deserve that job?
So when I got the job, I turned off all alerts to social media
Yeah,
just because I
smart.
wanted to like stick to tunnel vision. And one of the
I mean,
people,
it's the best news ever. It's like if
Right,
anyone's
it's
trying
so
to take that away
exciting.
from you,
Yeah.
like fuck that.
and I turned off my phone. And I remember I was hiking in the woods where Taylor announced Red. It was Percy Warner Park in Nashville, one of my favorite places. And I was listening to 15, and the line, "Count to 10, take it in. This is life before you know who you're supposed to be." I was like, I feel that 35.
Oh my god,
Hot right
literally.
now.
Yeah.
But one of my mentors who and one of the bosses at USA Today just said, go prove to the world why we hired you. And
I
that's
love
all I
that.
just kept is head down and just try and do your best.
Yeah, and you
And
did
so
that.
when
Dave said something similar.
which is crazy with Dave because so my introduction to Barstool is
he
the
didn't.
jacket. So covering all facets.
So bring that in. That's also a side of our relationship that I didn't realize was going to be a side of our relationship. Like when we got to Miami, you were like, "Oh yeah, I'm seeing Dave tomorrow," and we were like, "Wait, what?"
yeah.
Or today,
And
whatever
Mrs.
it was. And we had
Peaches.
no idea.
Yeah.
We got to see Miss Peaches and everything. So explain that how you got entangled with Dave.
So when I was in Australia, I was in Melbourne, and that's when the fan account reached out and said, "Hey, you should do a story about Dave's Eras jacket."
Totally.
And so I just started my first article there. Dave, I randomly DM'd him and was like, "Hey, can I do a quick interview with you? My deadline is tomorrow." And he called me the next day. I just said, "Here's my number," and he just called.
Yeah.
And so we talked, and then when it was Miami, his hometown, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna be in town. It would be great if I could do the jacket returning to you." And cover that angle. And so I got to
She's
meet
wonderful.
Mrs. Peaches, who is awesome.
She's such a precious
she's literally a
gem.
peach.
No,
like
she's
she's
literally
just
a peach.
the cutest,
We love her so
sweetest. Did you meet
much.
Pete? Was Pete?
Yes,
Yeah.
Pete the Beagle
Oh
is
yeah,
there
and
too.
Pete was
Yeah.
brand new, right? I
Yeah.
forgot. Pete was
Can't
brand
forget
new.
about Pete. A
Can't
lot of
forget
people.
about
A
Pete.
lot of people forget about Pete.
Pete is so fucking cute. Like,
Oh,
people
yeah.
Don't you're right. He doesn't get enough shine. for
Beagles
being
are
that
underrated
cute.
dogs because they're so
We
annoying, but
just
they're
met
so
Pete for the
cute.
first time.
Yeah.
But they were here like what 2 weeks ago, something like that.
And I remember, I think it was Dave when we were talking about the jacket. He was like, "Did it smell all right?"
Yeah.
That was a question I got too, because it had
I was
like
like, yeah, it smells
40
fine.
perfumes and colognes
Yes.
and
I think
Like the girly pops
before-
at Taylor Swift do not smell bad.
No.
Yeah.
Also, I think before, so we intercepted it in Paris,
Paris.
and so
Yeah.
which
right,
is so
right.
crazy because it's like you don't know them yet,
Yeah.
but your paths will cross in a couple months
Yeah.
because we were both there in Paris. Were you there night one?
We did
Night two.
But still, the
But
whole
we were
set.
there at the same
Yeah.
time. Yeah, yeah.
And what's
Crazy.
interesting about that, and especially being in this role, is when you hear things, you start to do what's called a pre-write. And so you get ready. So I had heard that the show might look a little bit different.
Yeah.
So, but you have to wait until it actually happens.
Of course.
Right. So do you like ever like make titles beforehand, like Taylor Swift debuts whole new set, like, you know, not knowing that the TTPD was going to be a whole new set,
Yeah.
but do you already have that like ready to go?
So with pre-writes, I probably have about 30 ready to go because with her, I always say her career, and she's such a master at this, is it's like closed curtains. There's like
Yeah.
the debut closed curtain, the Reputation vault tracks, is
Right.
TS12, is there a music video?
Right.
There's also exciting news that could happen in form of engagement or just going to football games. So you have to be prepared for everything. I had heard of the New York Post article that said the Masters, and I was like, I don't know if that's going to come so soon. And every day I kick myself. As soon as you hear something, you should write something and be ready for it.
Interesting.
I saw that. I thought no way.
I thought
to the
no
point
way
that
in
I was
fucking
like,
hell.
Literally, fuck the New York Post. Like, how dare you say
Yeah.
this? Like, I'm not a fan of the New York Post.
I mean, we
but
saw the price tag and we were just like, that's so disrespectful. It can't be real.
totally. It also was in such a different tone than what ended up
Yeah,
actually happening,
yeah.
which I think was
Like, 'cause
was
Scooter
kinda lost
Braun
in
was
the
still
sauce.
involved in
Right.
it.
It almost seemed as if it was a negative or like, I don't know, the light that it cast was shady.
No, 100%.
And I think that ultimately it ended up just being this beautiful, wonderful thing. But that kind of goes to your point of like, if you had written something at the time, like I did, negatively, then like you kind of eat your words later because it looks totally different when you find out what's actually happening 3 days later, you know?
And when there's smoke, that's what I should have known.
Right.
So now we are very prepared. But I have to tell you, one of the funniest stories is when I started, it was Buenos Aires, and Reputation, of course, was going to come out in Sao Paulo because
Of
it's
course
like
it
the
was.
snakes,
Of
the
course.
most amount of snakes.
Right.
It's the end of
It
the
was
tour.
it's the year of the snake almost.
For a year and a half, I rewrote that article
Oh,
because it's going to happen. Look what you made me do. Tokyo Dome. It's going to happen with Miami in the gold suit. It's going to happen at the VMAs. I rewrote that over and over to where all the editors were like, we have read this story so
That's
many
so
times. And then
funny.
it doesn't happen.
Yes, and then when it
That's
didn't
really
happen.
funny.
Yeah, how
that could
many-
be like such a funny TikTok.
That would be
like,
hilarious. How many rep puns did you come up with, like in the
Oh,
last few
I was
years,
ready
you know?
for it. Listen,
Right.
like
Listen, I was ready. for
literally,
it.
you were ready for it since day
you
one.
can call it what you want, but it was kind of
Exactly.
a delicate matter. Okay, we're
Yeah.
What was like the
That's-
most
I love it.
absurd headline that you like, based off rumors or anything that you were conjuring up in your head? Like, you know what I
Ooh.
mean? Like, I feel like,
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know,
'Cause
maybe
we
after
go
the
crazy,
London
like-
thing where people like speculating that there was going to be engagement. So were you like,
yeah, when Travis came on
after
stage.
Travis's big night out,
Yeah.
big ring comes
pops the question.
Yeah.
Not only did he pop out the stage, he popped out with a ring. You know, like shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
And that was crazy too because I was in Pennsylvania.
Right.
And so when all of that happened, I had a heads up that it would be a big headline that night, but I had no
Ooh.
idea. So my
Yeah, of
editor who was
course.
off was like, "Can you please sign on? I heard it's around this time. Like, can we just both watch this?" So we're firing away. I'm in a cafe, but the craziest headline, I think a lot of people in the newsroom and in Tennessee and where I'm based out of, they thought he was going to propose at the Super Bowl, and
Everyone keeps saying
Everyone
he's gonna propose
thought
at these
that.
public places.
it's
I'm
just
like, this,
like,
no.
do you have a
No.
brain?
Yeah, that's not gonna. What?
And that's the lens whenever I'm writing something, especially clowning, because again, USA Today I can't do.
Right.
I have a newsletter where I can clown, but
Yes, yes.
I
You're
have
like, I need to
two
be
lenses.
professional.
Yeah.
And the two lenses that I operate under are personal X factor. And what I mean by that is like treat Taylor as a person. So at the
Absolutely.
VMAs, when she changed her dress, I'm like, yes, this could be for an Easter egg, or could it be because maybe you spilled something on it, or maybe it didn't fit
Maybe
right,
it's
or
a
is
wardrobe
there
change.
a
Maybe
person
it's-
X
yeah,
factor?
Maybe it was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, and you're so right about that. And I feel as if we try to, obviously we're a much less legitimate organization over here.
say the
Everything we
least.
say is loosely based in fact, and we always have to remind people of that because people, you know, sometimes they think that we're reporting real shit when we're just seeing stuff we see on Twitter.
Yeah.
But I do think though that we try very hard to talk about things as if it's like happening to our friend or happening to another girl or whatever, instead of like this pop star, because I do think that to humanize someone like Taylor makes you less crazy as a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like
Sure.
whenever you see these crazy
Right.
fans with their like crazy theories and whatever, and how they talk about Taylor positively or negatively, I do think like remembering she's a person is really important in how you talk about her.
And then the other
general.
lens that I look at is Taylor Swift is a person, but she's also a billion-dollar brand. And
course.
so when there was a lot of excitement around albums, that might not behoove Taylor Swift. The brand of Torture Poets is still number one. It's still outselling everything. Why would you announce a new era? And so
Right.
I do look at things that way, but we're still prepared.
Yeah, of course.
And we'll always be prepared.
No, of
by the
course.
way. We'll always be prepared.
Yeah.
We do. Obviously, there have been countless rumors about TS12, a music video, Lost. We've got Joseph Kahn coming out of the woodwork, being like, "Lost King of My Heart" video. What'd
Okay,
you think
King
about
of
that,
My
by the
Heart,
way?
I loved. And again, this
Same.
is purely just clowning. I would love if when the Reputation Vault tracks are released, if she's like, oh, here's something else in the vault. And they
That's
edit
exactly
it,
what we
right?
said.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be so cool?
That's what
Exactly
we
what
said,
we
but
said.
he did say that it's like only like visual concepts. He said
Yeah, he
like
said
visual
something
effects.
Like it's
Yeah.
shot, but they need to post-produce it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if
Yes.
it's shot, that's a cool time vault
For
thing.
sure.
To
Yeah,
have.
I also
Such a
said, like,
cool
we
thing
don't
to
need
release.
it to be like it can just be a jumble of footage with King of My Heart playing in the background. Like
yeah.
I don't need,
Yeah.
I don't, you
Roll
know,
the
whatever.
credits.
and
and
Yeah.
have
That's
that.
just really
It
exciting.
could literally be her walking onto the set, being like, "Actually, let's do Ready for It," walking off, and it's a
Completely.
30-second video. I'm down.
I'm down too. I'm down as well.
I will say, as far as clowning, and this is purely speculation clowning, Sarah Chappelle, who's Taylor Swift styled, taught me to
Yeah.
pay attention to fashion and what she's wearing. She has
Absolutely.
worn a corset that is Medusa for the past 2 years, many
The Vivian
times.
Westwood one.
And
Of
so I'm
course.
like, if Medusa's not at least a song title or a song character for snakes and
Right, and like the whole
Something.
plaid thing, like what was that? Like she
that I
just
feel
could
like
not
be
stop
in a
wearing
different-
plaid.
I feel like plaid is in a different category. I'm like, I'm not sure plaid goes with rep. Like, I really can't. You know, we clown like this, and it's almost like making me like I got vertigo clowning like this again, talking about plaid and
Yeah.
so Scarlett, it was plaid. But I think that there are, you know, if I put myself in her shoes, which I feel like is the best way that I can explain anything about anything. If I'm putting myself in her shoes, some days I want to dress up like, oh, I'm gonna get the people talking. I'm gonna do whatever. Other days I just want to look cute. So I feel like there's a lot of times where she's gotten a rack of outfits or whatever, like celebrities typically do to go out to dinner and blah blah blah, and she just knows that Vivian Westwood corset fits her really well, so she got it in every single color. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder.
Right.
But Medusa, in general, just to be in the same conversation as snakes or whatever, it just makes sense. 'cause
Yeah,
that's her whole
100%.
thing. That's Medusa's thing.
Yeah.
Everyone she looks at turns to stone. Like, it's the theme of Medusa is very kind of synonymous with rep. I think,
100%.
in general.
Yeah,
I
no
also
doubt.
want to know where Karen's hiding. Is she like in
Where
a
the fuck
trailer?
is Karen?
Where's Karen?
Did you hear Taylor? They bought the big friendship bracelet sign hanging off the stadiums. I'm sure you've heard.
I did. I have
Did you
to,
hear? I'm like, I read it from Bryan's article.
Yeah, no, literally.
which
Did
was
you hear that? I feel like my mom. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you
It's
saw
like,
it on
yeah, no, I
Facebook
literally
3
was the
weeks
first
ago.
person to
Yes.
write about it. Thanks. Yeah. I literally was the inside scoop.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that.
that is also something that's interesting is when you are working with, say, maybe shows or you're working with other parties, is when you do know information maybe beforehand, but it's under embargo or you can't talk
course.
about it or release it until a certain time.
Yes.
Interesting.
It's a big responsibility.
Seriously.
Very big responsibility.
it's-
Hopefully it will be bestowed upon us one day.
Yeah, literally.
Listen, anytime you want to try, I'll give it to you for one day.
Perfect. No, I
Just-
couldn't.
I don't think
literally
I could
couldn't.
handle it for
No.
literally more than 30 seconds.
Watching it from the outside, I'm like, there's no way. Like, I'm a sleepy girl. I get headaches. Like, there's just no way. Like, I'm gonna one day.
No,
it'll be
5 a.m. having to do a
No.
freaking press junket.
It'll be the most important day in like my career, and I'd be like, you know what? Though I have a headache. We got to move it to tomorrow. Like, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Like,
Can I tell you with the Masters? So I had worked the Nashville
yeah.
Rodeo because, and we'll talk about this in a little bit, but what my years look like with Taylor being off. So I was working the Nashville Rodeo very first year. I had to edit a video and write a different story for the Tennessean. I went to bed at 4:30 going, I don't know the last time I saw the sun come up. It's a pretty day. That was Thursday night to Friday. And I said, I'm just going to take a nap and go into work.
oh no.
By the grace of God, woke up at 10:35, 5 minutes after the news
I
went
was gonna
everywhere.
say right there.
And like instant, it was like cold water rushed over me, jumped to my
God.
laptop and just started firing away going, oh my gosh, what if I would have slept a couple more hours? What if I
Yeah.
didn't have the rodeo last night and I would have been able to jump on this faster?
That was an
crazy.
insane morning.
Yeah, it
I
was.
also was home. I had spent the morning like I think I was having a morning where I was like sad about my nana and like crying.
Yeah.
And then like this news broke and I don't know where I saw it. Oh no, Marina texts me, and who's a friend of ours who works here, massive Swiftie as well, big rep Swiftie as well. She texted me and was like, "Holy shit, Taylor's Masters," and I had no idea what she was talking about. I was like, "What, Marina? Like, what?" I'm busy crying. Like, I can't talk right now.
Yeah.
And then I open Twitter and I start seeing stuff, and I'm like, now my stomach's in my throat. I'm like, "Holy shit!" I'm like, I gotta make a video. This is crazy, and I'm like already sobbing, and now I'm sobbing talking about it. The video looks insane. Like, I look like a nut job. But then by the time thank you, I appreciate it. But by the time we got to like talk and sit down and discuss it, it felt like it was like a daze. Like, I couldn't believe it was like, well, okay.
Well, it is also crazy because the episode that we put out literally the day before,
Yes.
I think the title was like, will Taylor Swift ever release her like this debut and Reputation? Like, I think that literally was the title or something like that.
And we had also
we were like,
just talked about,
we were like, she has to. There's no way she
Yes.
doesn't. Blah blah blah.
And
And
we
then literally
said
the next
too,
day
like,
they're like, psych.
we had been talking about how we literally were talking about it like right before, because that was when that New York Post article came out, and we were motherfucking it. We were like, these people, absolutely not. How dare they?
Yeah.
Fuck, whatever. Scooter Braun, blah, blah, blah. And then it was swept up immediately into the drama with the show and Dave and the copyright stuff and whatever. So it kind of got really lost in the sauce that moment.
Yeah.
But when I think back about it, it's like, I can't believe it. Just what a casual drop on a Friday.
So did you hear like rumblings before that?
No.
You just straight up nothing.
It was just the next day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the thing I feel that you can't even have like
that's
a
like
trusted
such a
source,
secret. Yeah.
It's so nuts.
And the truth is too, with just her team, they've been with her for more than a decade, so it is a very, very, very tight-knit community.
Yeah. Of course,
and they're
as it should
fortified
be.
walls, and so
Yeah.
that's where you don't see any breaching. What's really funny,
Right, I
though,
mean,
kind of with Reputation, is my editor, Liz. She goes, I know you've rewritten this article a million times. I don't think Reputation's Taylor's version is coming. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah,
like,
no,
no,
shut up,
girl, it is.
Shush.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about.
and then when it did, she's like, you owe me a coffee, because we bet a coffee, and I had to buy her. So shout out to Liz.
Shout out
Shout out
Liz.
to Liz. I think that's hilarious.
My favorite
Damn.
tweet, though, over the Eras tour is there was a lot of clowning for One Night in Warsaw, just like every concert.
Oh, yeah.
And a
Warsaw
response
Night
said,
One.
it's
Yeah.
Saturday in Poland. She's not announcing. I was like, you guys.
Like, you never know.
Keeping us on our toes.
That's how I felt about the fucking poop awards. What were they? iHeart Radio
the
Awards.
iHeart Awards.
They were literally, it was trash TV. And beforehand we were saying like, it could happen. iHeart Radio Awards. I think we were both kind of like
We said iHeart
through the
because
grass,
she
being
had-
like, it's not really a
she had
legit
gone to
award
the iHeart
show, but
Awards
she's gone a
before
bunch.
and,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, when the show started and fucking Benson Boone and like the D-list of D-lists are coming out, I'm like, in what world did we
wasn't even
think that
there.
she was
She
gonna
wasn't even there,
put
which
out
is,
Reputation Taylor's version
just, like,
at the
hilarious.
iHeart Radio Awards? But yeah, that's funny. It's like same like a random Saturday in Poland. Like it's the
Yeah,
same
you
as the
never
iHeart
know.
Radio
You
Awards.
never know. It's crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But all of the Taylor aside, what are you up to now? Now that everything's concluded, I feel like people ask us the same question. They're like, okay, well, the tour's over. You still have a podcast?
Yeah.
Like how? But
By the
you'd
skin
be
of our teeth.
surprised. Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I think that's my first phrase, is you'd be surprised. Even this week, I have written about 4 articles. So a new book that came out of Berkeley, that was the Swiftonomics, or the economics of Taylor Swift.
Ooh,
I interviewed
get
the
my hands on
author
that.
about that. It's called The Glory of Giving Everything Like Clara Bow.
Oh my god.
So I wrote about that, and then
Chills.
the
I'm gonna start
VMAs
crying.
nomination
Yeah.
that
The
just
VMAs,
came
yeah,
down.
which we just were
King of My Heart, the Lost music video.
Yeah.
So there is always news. However, being in Nashville and working for the Tennessean, I fall back on my country music roots, and so I've been able to, fortunately, during this break, interview some stars like Trisha Yearwood. I did a story with her.
Oh, that's amazing.
Or I'm working on a documentary for the Opry 100, and so I've been going there
Oh
a
my god,
lot.
how fun. Oh, that'll be perfect. That you fit so well with that. Wow.
Wait,
that's
so
great.
did you cover when that girl?
Jeannie Seely.
Yes, when she fucked up and sang at the Opry. Oh wait, no.
No,
Wait, what?
that was so Jeannie Seely's a legend who just passed away this week. But what's
Oh,
crazy
rest in
about that is
peace.
for the documentary, she's a trailblazer. She has the most amount of performances, 5,397. So that's more
Wow.
than
At
100
the Opry.
over
Also,
50
your
years.
recall, damn.
Yeah, seriously.
And I was supposed to interview her on Monday, and she passed on Friday.
Oh no.
And so her team was saying like, hey, we might have to reschedule. but it's being able to honor
You
her
might?
legacy,
Yeah.
and you would love her. So
I was
she,
gonna say, I don't know if I'm
I'm not familiar
enough.
at all.
so Jeannie, she had a show where this was a couple decades ago. She wore a mini skirt, and the bosses didn't like it, and
Oh
she
my
said,
God, of course,
"I'll
of course.
stop wearing my mini skirt when you tell the women in the audience to stop wearing their mini skirts." And she won.
There
Hell
it is.
yeah.
There
And
it is. 'Cause
there
what are they gonna
wasn't-
do?
Yeah.
There wasn't an announcer. There wasn't a female announcer at the time, and she called it out, and she was the first one. And so it's
Wow.
these
That-
trailblazers.
Wow, feminist
Hell
queen.
yeah. I fucking
Aw,
love
rest in
that. And especially in like
peace.
the country world, I feel like that's a tough
Super important.
role to take on.
Absolutely.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
and-
awesome.
And yeah,
So
important to
you
have
do
that.
the Tennessean and USA Today.
Correct.
So do you freelance for both of them, or are you like an employee for both
So
of them?
full-time.
That's awesome.
That's
wow.
so good. Wow.
That's
Again,
crazy.
just-
2 full-time writing
Nobody's more
jobs.
paid than Bryan right now. Like
Yeah,
he's has so many
Or
jobs.
busting his
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
ass.
He's always
Which
employed.
is why it's exciting to be here. So
Yeah. Of
hopefully
course.
we have an interview lined up this week, but I'll tell you about it next week, of
Wonderful.
course.
Ooh,
Yes, of
yes,
course.
of
yes,
course.
Yeah. Ooh, mom's
You're
the
gonna
word.
love
We
it
know.
though, I promise.
Oh, I
We know, 'cause
bet.
we get to ask him after the cameras are off.
Yeah.
But yes, so exciting. But yeah, back to what you said. We'll get into it. We have a couple of things before we get into voicemails and DMs. But the VMAs. So have you? Taylor's nominated Artist of the Year.
Yeah.
I didn't. That's the only one
That's
I saw. That was
it.
exciting.
People are kind of like annoyed. They're like, I mean, obviously, us Swifties are like, it makes 100%
She hasn't
sense.
put anything out this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So people are like, wait, she didn't put anything out. She
Right.
shouldn't be nominated. But I don't agree with that.
Oh, sorry. Shouldn't be nominated for Artist of the
Yeah.
Year. Oh, I disagree with that as well. Only because I think that
You're still touring. over
Yeah,
the
still
past
she was
year.
still touring this
Still-
year. Her cultural impact is
Yeah.
huge. Like she's
She's number 2 on Spotify, having not
Right, wait,
produced
Right.
any
who is
music.
she,
I mean, with the
up
August
against?
bump, it's practically a holiday at
exactly.
this
how
point.
about that? The August bump. Though the August is like the new.
and right
All I
where
Want
you
for Christmas
and
Is
we
You.
said right where you left me got a huge bump
Did you
this
see
week
that
too.
too?
Yes.
Because of
Because
Conrad.
And
Unbelievable.
it is working because a non-Swiftie in my newsroom was like, "What's the deal with Salt Air?" And I was like, "See, it's working."
Exactly.
Totally. And, like,
people
yeah.
are curious.
I think, and even if she's not making music, like she's still very like the number one person in the pop culture cycle right now. Everything. So
Without
I mean,
question.
obviously we're biased, but I don't think it's that crazy for them to give her that nomination
I
when
don't think
she's
so
who she
either.
is.
She's okay. So here are the other noms. It's Bad Bunny, Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, Lady Gaga, Morgan Wallen, Taylor Swift, and The Weeknd.
Morgan
The
Wallen always
Weeknd.
finds
Who did The
himself
Week-
in
Who
there.
did The Weeknd like pay to get in here? That's crazy. Has he?
I
come
think
out
he
with
came
something
out
new?
with a new album this year.
Alright,
I
alright. We'll give it to
I don't.
him.
He has like the biggest fan base in the
Being-
world. I'm like, how?
It's crazy. Being unbiased. Yes, I could see Taylor Swift winning this. If not Taylor Swift, I would love for Lady Gaga to win.
I was
That
gonna
is
say
how I
Beyonce.
personally feel.
I was
would
gonna
love-
say I really want to go to Monster Ball.
Yeah, no, I'm like dying for. I'm
The
we're
Coachella
going.
set?
We're going.
Not
Yeah.
the Coachella set was. We're going to Mayhem.
MSG,
Mayhem Ball.
yeah.
Mayhem, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, we're going.
I can't wait to put my paws up.
No, my paws about to be so far. I
Yeah,
have no
literally.
idea. We are
They're gonna
going
be
confirmed.
cemented up. Like I'm just
Literally
gonna be
cemented.
walking around like this
Cannot
the
fucking
entire
wait.
time.
You gotta go. I've also not been to. I'm a big Lady Gaga fan. Have never been to a Lady Gaga concert. This is like the year of concerts for me. The last couple of years, like
honestly, same.
I really wasn't because concerts are amazing. I do get a little nervous at concerts. There's so many people around. It's like you never know. But once you're enjoying yourself and having fun, it's amazing. And especially if it's at MSG, which is literally across the street. Like, why would we not go? You know?
Are you ever
Incredible.
like Oh my god, I totally just forgot my question. Oh, I remember now. Are you ever like, oh, like Lady Gaga's like playing near me, like let me ask my editor if they need a story about Lady Gaga. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Sometimes
Like
it works out like that. So
Yeah.
I am reviewing Katy Perry when she comes, hopefully, in Nashville, hopefully.
We
But
said maybe we should as
Yeah,
well. 'cause
we were
feeling
thinking
kinda
about
bad.
going.
We were feeling bad after that video of her being like, "If I fell, never." Like, it was
did
like
you
a
see
very
that?
like, yeah. Did you see that video? It was sad, really sad. It made me feel bad for talking shit.
Yeah,
because
me
it's
too.
Like, oh,
depending on the person, for me personally, I love experiences. I love concerts. I'm still kicking myself that when I lived in Phoenix, I never went to Britney Spears' residency in Vegas.
God,
And
I
so
know.
as artists are coming through, it's like I've always wanted to see. Before I got this job, my last concert was Pink, and she was one I always wanted to see.
of course.
Flying around the arena.
she's a
That's
baddie.
amazing. I love Pink.
Love
yeah,
Pink.
damn.
Underrated Pink.
Extremely.
I saw
underrated.
Gaga on her last tour. My favorite part, and maybe it's also why I love this section of Eras Tour, was she stripped down her songs and did an acoustic set. And I was like, it's cool to
Love.
see them repackaged.
100%.
Completely agree. And I'm with you. It's always a little bit better, I think. And I love when the artists get to, repackage is a great way to put it, stylize a little bit when they, they're just in different tones. And I think that you get so used to hearing it the one way, to slow it down a little bit sometimes makes it more impactful.
Oh,
like,
100%.
I love a fast song.
I mean, think about like how did it end when she did it on the piano that one time, where it's just like such a deeper, intenser version of a song that's already so deep and intense and gut wrenching, and like she just could take that and amplify it 10 times more.
Did you see the clip of Ben Platt covering Diet Pepsi?
Yes. People are like, we need this on streaming.
He can sing anything, but that's what I mean. Like
he may be
what's
that saying? He may be problematic, but boy can
he
sing.
Yeah.
Or like, what do they say? She may be a tough time, but boy can she sing.
I don't know.
That's literally that's him though.
I recently interviewed Lindsay Sterling. She's the violinist who was on America's Got Talent.
Yes.
And this reminded me when you were talking, Gia, about just how people make things look effortless. Mm-hmm. How when you watch her playing violin, you're like, oh, I could pick that up. Yeah. Or I'll be watching on Instagram somebody decorating cookies. One of my good friends, Emily, she makes cookies. She got cookies to Taylor and to Beyonce.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
like, oh, I could pick up piping and try that. And then you try and you're like, I cannot do this.
Oh my God. I'm terrible at this.
I feel like that's me with drawing. For some reason, I'm always like, oh, I could draw that. And then I try to draw. I'm like,
like, oh, not quite.
The
do I have hands? Like, am I okay?
Nailed it.
Yeah, it's so bad.
But that's also with Taylor. When people say, well, she's just writing songs, I'm like, then you write one song. Just try one.
No,
try to
literally. Anybody could do it,
literally.
but not everybody does. So, because it's not.
It's crazy to me.
Which is
but it's crazy that we're already talking about the VMAs again.
I know.
Like, I feel like we literally they just happened and we were clowning so hard at them.
I know.
It's like, I'm not ready to get my heart broken again.
I don't know if she's nominated Artist of the Year. I feel like there's a lot of heavy hitters in that category. It will all depend on if we see her there.
I could see her getting the nom and then not winning it, obviously. I mean, she didn't win one thing last year. It's fucking crazy.
Wait, last year she set history. She didn't win at AMAs, but VMAs.
AMAs.
She was with Post
That's what I meant.
Malone, and
oops.
She thanked Travis. Remember publicly, she was like, "He's always there, and he's a ray of sunshine."
The yellow plaid.
Right, very cute. Right. Oh my God, yes. I was getting American Music Awards confused too.
Yeah, American was.
Which she also didn't show up.
No, that's a Grammys.
That was the Grammys. Yeah.
AMAs, didn't show up. But that so award show season coming, whatever. I am kind of looking forward to like a reprieve. Like, there's no need to, I worry for Taylor in the same way that I would worry, or I started to worry and think about it differently when I heard Anne Hathaway talk about how like people get fatigued of you. Like, there, how there was Anne Hathaway literally won an Oscar and everyone's like, I'm sick of her. And
yeah,
it was like,
I mean, it happened to Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, it's right. It happens to a lot of women who reach success and reach a peak in their career, not the peak, but a peak, and people just want to start tearing down. And I can't lie and act like I'm not feeling relieved that everybody on earth isn't using Taylor as their personal punching bag right now. Like, I think it's nice that she's having time, that she's doing whatever she's doing, and it's not so front facing just for like a break. I'd want a break, like,
I don't even think she has. I saw a tweet that said like the only thing that could be eligible for Grammy nomination is the Dombresky remix.
Oh yeah,
of I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
Yeah.
So I don't even think she'll. I mean, obviously, if something comes out later on in the year, it won't. I don't think it will reach eligibility. Yeah, I think the cutoff is like relatively soon.
It's like August 20.
The end of August.
Yeah. August,
which
like
is
right
where Sabrina is sneaking
right in there.
Yeah.
Which
and
I'm
that's
happy
why
for.
her formula used to be single in August and then album in the fall, because you could split it.
Yeah, that's smart. That's a smart way to think about it.
Right.
How do you feel about all that? About like the obviously being more in traditional press than we are. Have you found it hard to kind of sift through? And this kind of goes with, we've got this rumor floating around now that Taylor and Travis are in Cleveland house hunting. How do you see rumors like that or stories like that and decide whether or not, like, oh, this is fodder, this is kind of bullshit, or these people are just looking for clickbait, looking for a headline? Yeah.
My one rule was always never gossip. And so if something gets too far in the weeds, or it's too much speculation, or even if it's incredibly private, like posting addresses, the angle might be there how it affects Cleveland, maybe. Like, maybe it affects housing prices or does something. That's where you could get a news angle.
Yeah.
But usually, and what I'm so fortunate at, and I think when I got this job, is people forgot that USA Today is a full institution. It's been around for a very long time,
Yeah.
and you have editors, and actually my editors push me just as hard to be like, you're being way too nice or you're being too critical.
Good point. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's to have someone checking you. No one's checking. We go unchecked, so no one's ever.
Yeah, that's
ever
why like
testing
sometimes
us.
it's scary because like, I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I don't speak before I think, or I don't think before I
before you speak.
speak
Yeah.
ever. So like, I sometimes I worry that like my professionalism is bad because I just say whatever the fuck I
'Cause
want
it
all the time.
blends.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
I
too.
feel like I always have a committee in my head, so even when I'm going
Mm-hmm.
live, it's like, are we grammatically making sense? Is the syntax there? But also, are we saying something that's going to be wrong or go
Right.
viral? And so,
Right.
It's a good filter to have, and especially working how you've worked for so long. I feel that is, it. I guess it does. Does it become second nature at a certain point? I feel like yeah.
So like, would you write like an article about them looking for houses in Cleveland?
looking for houses, no. But
Yeah.
if there was maybe something concrete or again, it was
Right.
impactful, then maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It says that they visited at least 2 opulent homes currently
that's
for
what the
sale in
rumors are
Northeast
saying.
Ohio's Tony East Side suburbs.
It's like a rich suburb. I looked it up after, and people are like, "Oh, even the tone of that article."
I mean,
didn't
it's
like.
literally one paragraph. It's this long, and that's it. That's
Yeah.
the article.
Yeah.
My question
crazy.
too is how much that you're not seeing in that was that like an assistant who leaked it? Is
Right.
this just speculation? Where did it come from? And so you always look at the timing and the source. and-
It says the real
Completely.
estate shopping trip reportedly took place in June when the couple was photographed having lunch. Oh, when people thought she was wearing her merch.
Yeah.
in
There
Cleveland.
was a picture of them at lunch, but even that picture we all thought was weird too at the time. Like it felt a little bit like clearly they're here doing something. They're not trying to like cause a stir, and it does feel weird when like pictures come out and stuff like that. Oh no, what are they saying? Who wrote this article, by the way?
I don't know why they decided. Because Page 6 is so fucking
They're the
trashy.
worst.
Sometimes
They're
they
the
go.
worst. Well, they just
the
they're not
Cleveland
above
scene.
gossip.
The Cleveland scene describes the neighborhood the pair visited as the kind of place where wealth is abundant and babies are born with fully funded 529 accounts just in case they don't get a lacrosse scholarship or decide to forego higher education altogether to pursue dressage full time.
No, but I'm literally like, did I write that? Like, is that an article on BarstoolSports.com? Like, where's the integrity? Like, I just don't.
That is so funny.
my
I would,
God, so
going
yeah.
back to your other question, I probably
Yeah.
would not.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna go back and say, I'm gonna skip that
That's
one.
so funny.
But
They're just
right.
like, oh yeah, and by the way, the neighborhood is really hoity-toity.
Yeah, and it's for rich people.
I was like, wait,
you
oh
can't
my
afford
God,
it, by
Taylor
the way.
Swift and Travis Kelce are moving into a rich neighborhood.
Yeah, shut up. The
Whoa,
sky's also blue.
mind blown.
It just feels silly. But
So
I think
funny.
I respect that you know where to draw the line on that as well.
Yeah.
Because I do think that with the headlines and kind of going back to the perception of the successful women who then get brought down because of these like gossip articles and things like that, I think that it's nice to know that there are people reporting on Taylor or just kind of, singing her praises or publishing things that are positive instead of just looking for a clickbait story without integrity
Yeah,
like this. And
yeah.
So I respect the shit out of you for that.
Cute.
Me too.
Which is great. But all right, shall we? Oh wait, one last thing. We found out that Jack Antonoff is the lead producer for the second half of Wicked for Good, the music.
Kelly and I just watched a little bit of an inside look.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, batten down
Buckle
the
up.
hatches because I got full body chills and I'm not ready for this.
Buckle
the
up, buckle up.
outfits, the looks. Oh my God, I'm
looks
like
incredible.
I literally have chills right now
it's-
talking about it.
They kept doing like small bits of For Good in the background.
Because I knew you.
No, I can't. Actually, I'll literally start crying right now. Like you know that I can't.
I
'Cause
have
I
been
knew-
changed for good.
No, we're gonna get hit by copyright.
I
Did you know
know.
about this? Even if we sing, if we sing too well, we'll get hit by copyright. That's
Well,
a
you
real
don't
thing.
have to worry about that from my end. I just write.
We were like, oh, what a compliment.
They're trying to mute these songbirds.
That's all
It's
they
a
want to do.
tough world to
That's
live
all
in.
they want to do. Are you a Wicked fan?
I love Wicked.
Yeah.
So good, right? I just
Actually,
can't
a
wait.
cool story. So I entered at Today's Show in 2010, and I would go down for the lottery, and one of the other interns would go with me every single week.
Yeah.
And we would try. The one day that he wasn't available, I think his family was in town, I went by myself, and how it worked was you got the 25 front rows.
Yeah.
I think like 5 were for singles and then 10 were pairs. We always signed up for a pair, and so did the hundreds of others.
Oh, no.
So when I went as a single, I was the first name called. So pay
That's
$25
the
to go
trick.
front
That's
row.
Oh,
the
wow.
Disney Channel line, or Disney Channel, like
Single
when you go to
riders.
Disney
Yeah,
World,
Fast
like you
Pass,
just go in
yeah,
the
yeah.
single riders line.
Of course,
with
every
your
time.
moms. You're
And
like,
And then I
still gets a
felt so
thing.
bad. I was like, I'll go back with you. We could still keep trying, but it was instant.
No, that's amazing. Well, that's because nobody, people are weird about going alone to places. They
Speaking of
shouldn't be.
Yeah,
people,
that's
I'd
true.
love to meet anyone on that cast. Like
Oh, please.
anyone.
Of course.
Jonathan Bailey, Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo.
Jonathan Bailey, like
To
literally,
name a few.
he could stab me and I'd say thank you.
Jonathan Bailey.
I
is
literally
just
love
truly,
him.
Like he's so wonderful. I still
I
haven't seen
hope
the new
he
Jurassic
sees
Park. Yeah, and he will, by the way.
And he will.
And
And,
I love
he's
it.
coming in with a knife.
And he's there, and he's like, "Be right there. I'll be right there, sweet
no,
girl."
he's anything he does, he's just perfect. Like
He really
whether
is. I haven't
he's
seen the new
Jurassic Park,
yet.
yeah, whether
I
it's
gotta
like
go see it.
he's just
with
the
his
hottest
slutty little
person
glasses.
on.
What do they call? What did Because who called it that? Rachel Brosnahan said that too. We were slutty little glasses summer.
Oh, to
or whatever.
David Cornsweat.
To David Cornsweat, but referencing Jonathan
Oh,
Bailey.
that's funny.
And she was like, "It's a slutty little glasses summer." And David Cornsweat, bless him, was like, "Oh, I don't. What?
He doesn't know
what's
any-
That?
yeah.
He's too pure for this world. I love him.
Love him
so
too.
much. Anyway,
Shall we? Let's
get into voicemails and DMs? Thank God Bryan is here to assist us.
Yes, we got some good ones, so let's jump into it.
Yay.
Hey girls, love you guys, love the pod. I feel like I went through like a seasonal depression when you guys kind of had your little hiatus, but regardless,
We
you're
all did.
back. My question, I know this is a little bit past due, but like, do you guys have like a niche song that now that you can listen to Taylor's original versions that like that was like the first song that you listened to? Like obviously we all listen to songs like Better Than Revenge. But do you have any, like, niche ones that no one really talks about? Like, I feel like for me it's Wonderland. Like, the way she sings, like, Treasure Cat Smile and, like, the bridges. It's just, like, there's, like, this grit to it, but also her young voice at the same time. Like, I just could never listen to the Taylor's version and, like, feel that, like, oomph that I do with Wonderland. So I was wondering if you guys have, like, a specific niche song that now that you can listen to the OG versions, that's, like, the first one that you really put on. Thanks. Love you, girls.
Good question. I feel like you probably have a better answer
Yeah.
for this. I wasn't a comparer too much. Or I tried not to anyway.
Mine is 100% State of Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the original version to me is so much better. I don't know what it is, but I don't know if it's like the difference in the production because I can't really like. I wish I could verbally say the differences, like
what exactly is
like
different.
the distinction.
Yeah, yeah.
But to me, they're just so different.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's the youthfulness of Taylor's voice and the message of the song along with that makes it different now listening it through older Taylor's voice. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like when I heard that song, especially since it's the opener of this album, I was like, uh-oh. But then obviously the rest are red. Like I couldn't really tell the
course.
difference
Yeah.
besides State of Grace. I think maybe because it's one of my more favorite songs.
For sure.
So, yeah.
Which, yes, I feel like none of the songs that had been re-recorded were like my diehard number ones. Like I holy shit, I've listened
Right.
to the song 10,000 times and I'll be able to tell the difference between the
Right.
two. I still think you can, if you're listening really hard, you could tell young voice versus older voice, but ultimately I didn't really think much about it. I will say this year on July 9th, when we were listening to Last Kiss Day.
That was mine.
Oh, no way.
No, it
Well,
was.
see,
Go
I
ahead.
feel like that is so like I didn't think much about it beforehand because I was like, oh, I love the new Last Kiss, like whatever. And I didn't, I wasn't so attached to the original. I was saying that I think I subliminally have, or I've like suppressed emotions on Last Kiss because when I listened to it this year, I was sobbing uncontrollably, like couldn't stop. And I usually don't listen to it because it's like too sad for me for some reason. But listening to it this year, I did the side by side, and I was like, "Damn, the shaky breath really is."
It
you know what I
really
mean?
does
The
add an
song-
extra
Can hear it.
element.
It's when she in the bridge goes so
Yep.
all go and
And you can tell she's like about to cry, and you're like, "Oh my god!"
it's so good. And that song
Yeah.
also has a different meaning because did you ever hear Swifties for Lily? She was the girl with cancer
Yeah.
in Pennsylvania.
Oh no, I didn't.
So she was 12 when she found out she like fainted.
This was like a long time ago, right?
This was December.
I'm trying to think
Okay.
And
of
she
my-
fainted and her parents were like, what happened?
Oh,
and
yes.
they took her in and she had a brain tumor. It was the
Yes,
worst,
yes.
most aggressive. She just recently passed, but her parents, when I flew up there, I was like, I have to meet her. I have to meet this family. So I flew up there and they said that's their favorite song, even though it's about a love,
Oh.
because they didn't know when their Last Kiss.
Oh my God, I'm gonna
And
cry
so
my eyes out.
Now when I hear it, it makes me.
Wait,
I mean, of
that's
course.
like
What a
that makes
sweet
it
way
a
to think of
million
it.
times more sad. What the fuck? Last kiss
Wow,
from your
rest in
daughter?
peace. No,
Oh my God,
stop.
that's like
See, and that is, I mean, that really is the beauty of Taylor Swift
Yeah.
and the songs.
The
It's
layers.
that
Yeah.
there are layers, and it really, it's the feeling. Oh no, I honestly, I can't. I'm like thinking too much about that. I'll watch Your Life in Pictures. Like,
no, I know.
stop. It's too sad. It's too sad.
Don't
But,
cry.
you know, like it's so nice when people can hold on to something inside one of Taylor's songs, whether it's the original intention or not. Like the ability that it gives you to kind of let it mirror your own life and your own experiences, I think is such a huge part of the magic of all of Taylor's songs.
100%.
God,
Terrible.
it's awful. It's poor
Okay,
people.
jumping
Poor
into
girl.
this is with the VMAs.
Okay.
Morning, ladies.
Good morning.
First off, I just want to let you know that I just never thought I'd hear that voicemail message again. So being able to hear it just makes me so happy.
People call in and like leave a message.
But my actual question is regarding the VMAs. I saw something a few weeks ago that the VMAs were actually going to be on CBS rather than MTV, which makes sense since same parent companies. But then I saw Swifties for Eternity post something about 2 or 3 days ago saying that she was nominated for Best Artist. So do we think that we're putting it on network television for some reason of an announcement? I don't want to put the clown nose on. I really don't. But that's weird.
Interesting.
It's weird, right?
Hmm.
What do you ladies think? Love you. Bye.
Well,
Love you,
girly
queen.
girl, it sounds a little bit like maybe take the nose off, set it aside.
Yeah, I feel
Brian
like.
says it was always going to be like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It was always going to be on CBS Paramount Plus, which is
This
same
is why we have
parent.
Brian on the
That's
show
why
today, guys.
Brian's got the facts.
8
Yeah.
p.m.
Okay.
and you should go because it's your backyard. I went
Oh, yeah,
last
I
year.
guess it
It's at
is.
the UBS Arena
Oh,
Oh my God, I forgot.
I wonder if we could like get.
in
We gotta figure
September.
something out with
Connect.
that. It's crazy we've not gone until now.
Yeah.
Everyone always says because it's fun. It's like a concert, right? Like
Yes.
everybody's
Yeah.
just
They have a
performing
separate
wherever.
tent. So when I went last year, they had a separate tent for media, and it's kind of cool to see all the different outlets lined up.
Yeah, of course.
And you just ask questions when some of the talent comes by. I got to talk to Shabuzi last year and Miranda Lambert, and that was
Ooh, I
really
love
fun.
Shabuzi and Miranda
Shabuzi.
Lambert.
And so again, country tie, and then afterwards you
fun.
go into the arena. And what's really cool is just seeing the whole setup and then watching it later on TV and how it's much
True.
different. And
How
height
it
never
translates.
shows. Sabrina was like coming down from a swing, I want to say.
Yeah.
And that was like 80, 100 feet in the air. But on TV, you're just like, oh, she's just on a
Right.
swing.
She's just softly on the stage.
Right.
You know, she started literally in the rafters.
I've always wanted to go to. I did go to not America Country Music Award, the Country Music
CMAs.
Award
Oh, yeah,
CMAs,
yeah.
in Dallas. It was so fun, and I'm not a country music fan, but I really enjoyed
We're
myself.
going to rope you in next
I
year.
know.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll say both
hoping
of us.
20
Get us
years.
We'll get there. We'll be
Yeah.
there on the CMAs.
There's like a husband and wife duo that sing, and they're incredible. And going there made me fall in love with them. And of course, now I'm forgetting their name.
Warren Treaty?
Yes, exactly. Warren
Ooh.
Treaty. They're so good. Yeah, and I
Their
was
harmony
blown
is so
away
tight.
by them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to.
Yeah,
I'm,
you'll
I'm
have to listen.
unfamiliar. Wow.
Yeah, I actually think. I think
gotta
that they
get
were.
there.
I think that they were on a Zach Bryan album, and that's how I was like, "Oh shit!"
That
yeah.
makes sense. Yeah. We don't like Zach Bryan in this house.
Hate, double hate.
Hate, loathe entirely.
Loathe
Is
entirely.
that Grinch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Loathe.
Loathe
to be the
entirely. Okay, let's
I
jump
quote the
into.
Grinch like the most, I think. Like if someone, who do you quote the most? The Grinch.
Yeah, seriously.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Gia. This is Haley. First of all, I want to congratulate Kelly on the live stream of the Harry Potter movie.
Oh, thank you
It was
so much,
so
Haley. Yes, I did a
cool
Harry Potter
to
live stream
watch
the other day.
all the
all
Harry
the
Potter
movies.
movies with
Without
you.
stopping.
Me and my friends had such
Oh my
an amazing
God.
time.
Thank you so much for
and
watching.
we kept
Wow,
up
that's
with
so
the whole
nice.
live stream, which was really cool and really exciting. We
Oh God, thank you.
had made snacks. We had some Pink Whitney to celebrate.
Oh, let's go.
And honestly, it was such an amazing time watching Harry Potter movies
is so
and
nice.
getting
So cute.
to see the live stream.
Wow,
My
thank you so
question
much.
is, if you were ever to do another live stream, of either a movie or a TV show, what would it be? I would love to know your guys' thoughts for Thursday. Love you guys. Bye.
Oh my God, love you so much. Thank you for hyping me up for a full minute.
Wait, you know what we should do? I literally just thought of this.
What? I bet it's what I'm thinking of.
Hunger Games?
Yes.
Yeah, for
Hunger
Sunrise on
Games
the
and
Reaping?
Hunger Games, yes.
Yeah.
And Twilight. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, you gotta do Hunger Games, you gotta do Twilight.
Twilight, yeah.
Down for both.
Down for both.
Feel free
yeah.
to come up for any of these
Yeah.
streams. We'll invite
Do
you.
you like
ahead of time.
Twilight or Hunger Games?
Yes, of course.
Perfect. Okay, you can dress up as Edward.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. You can be Edward.
What does he say? My little spider monkey?
Yeah, perfect.
I've got this is the skin of a killer, Bella.
Say it out
Say
loud.
it out loud. No, perfect. You have the role.
Yeah, you're in.
Done.
You're in.
That's so
perfect.
funny.
Yeah, so look forward to that. We will do both of those at some point. I was talking also to Feidelberg because he wasn't able to be here for Harry Potter, but he heard that it went well and he was like, oh my God, we should do more of those in the office, whatever, just like watching movies. I was like, totally agree. And I told him how people were clamoring for Hunger Games and Twilight. So
definitely.
Yeah, it's gonna happen and we're gonna get into it. So get excited for that. That's a fun like New York office thing to do. Like we're all movie people, you know? Like we're
Yeah, I
entertainment
know. That is
movie
funny. Like, we
people.
all really love movies.
Yeah, so it's like we got to start doing that more. So we will.
Okay, jumping into the last voicemail. This one's funny.
Hey, Kelly and Gia. This is Libby from St. Louis. This is kind of Taylor adjacent, but I recently got on to Raya, and as I was just scrolling through, looking to see if I could spot a celebrity, I saw Ross Travis, Travis's friend, and I was like, oh my God, is this my chance to become best friends with Taylor Swift?
Like, yes.
So I tried to match him. Obviously, he didn't match with a nobody from St. Louis. But I was thinking, though, because it wasn't there speculation that he was dating someone of the Eras Tour crew or whatever. So I guess that's no longer a thing. So hoping that if he does end up with someone, one, I want him to be happy, obviously. If he does end up with someone, I hope it's a Swiftie, and I hope we get the inside scoop on
If it
that.
can't be me.
Without dilating Taylor's personal space or anything like that. All right. Love the show. Have a good one. Bye.
Oh my God, that's first
So
of all
that was
hilarious.
very funny tidbit.
So funny. Question though, I'm actually not sure, and this is probably useful information for me. So I don't like dating apps. I'm not on dating apps. I do have a Raya profile.
Oh, I didn't know
because
that.
I was accepted at Raya, and now I'm like, well, what if I decide one day I want to be on Raya? And
Right.
whatever. I've gone on 2 dates from Raya over the past 5 years.
Yeah.
And they were both disasters.
My brother
So
said the same thing. He's like,
awful.
Raya's the worst.
The first guy I went out with was like, he hated me. I got too drunk, to be fair. I got too drunk on the date. We went out to dinner. I was really nervous. It was the first date I had gone on in
He hated
years.
me.
And I was like telling stories about how my old landlord accused me of forging checks and all this shit. And I thought it was funny. I thought it was a funny story. And he was looking at me like,
He's
this
like,
girl's
lady, how the
definitely
fuck did this girl get on Raya? What the fuck?
hated me. And then the second guy I went out with, he was really nice, but he was a little overzealous, and he had just broken up with his girlfriend because she didn't want kids. And I was like, well, bad news.
Double whammy.
And then he got COVID. So I was like,
if I had a nickel for every time,
sorry about that.
I
Yeah.
dated a girl who didn't want kids.
Sorry, my guy. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was it. But this brings up a question: is that I still have the profile? It's paused or whatever. I'm pretty sure I still pay.
Wait, you should go on
$10
so we can
for
see
it,
if we can find Ross Travis.
for sure. But at the same time, do people's profiles still come up if they're paused?
Oh, I don't think
Because
so, right?
I'm not sure. I don't really know because
I was
now it
never
makes me wonder.
accepted, so I
yeah,
don't know.
Damn. I wish I could refer you, but I feel like I'm referring everybody, and no one ever,
It's
no
okay.
one ever gets
I've
in.
heard horror stories
No,
as well.
and again, it wasn't good. If I could give you mine, so you could try it out.
Again,
we could.
heard. We're not saying.
Right, of course. But so I wonder, can
It's
you
a good place to get
see-
tea.
Totally, but right, does it hide your profile or what? Because I know in other profiles, it's he still has a Hinge profile or he still has a Tinder profile or whatever.
I would assume, because I know with Hinge, if you pause your account, you don't come up on
You don't
other
come up.
people's.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
would assume it would be the same for Raya, because it's if you're not actively on the app, then why would they show you to people?
Totally. So yeah, I guess potentially breaking news: Ross Travis is single.
Yeah, potentially
We
breaking
don't know
news.
though. No one knows for sure.
I don't know, but I
Yeah.
can tell you he's very nice. I gave him a friendship
you met
bracelet.
him? Oh, that's wonderful.
Not at this year's Tight End University, but last year's Tight End
Love.
Cool.
University.
Holy shit! How did we go this entire time without asking
Talking
you
about-
about the Tight End University? I can't believe.
Wait,
we went
were
this
you
whole
there with
fucking time.
Olivia?
I was
Yes.
there.
Oh my God,
I
bye.
cannot
I
believe
hate you.
we've gone this whole podcast without asking. How was that?
Did you shit your pants? Wait, did you hear rumblings? Yeah, okay.
Right. Well, you're there. You're literally boots on the ground
No,
in
yeah,
the place.
he couldn't have had his boots more on the ground.
No.
So, but maybe rumblings, but you didn't hear what was going to happen
Right.
or where.
Of course.
And again, you take it with a grain of salt, just being, but I can tell you it was the very end. So how it works is like performers will come up for 3 songs, and then Kane Brown was the very last headliner, and it was his very last song. What was interesting, though, being in the crowd, is Taylor and Travis kept coming downstairs because it's the second level they were on.
Yeah.
They kept coming down and up a couple of times, so the crowd would just get really excited because you could see over.
Because you're like, oh my God, where's she going?
What's
What's she doing?
happening?
Yeah.
And then everyone gets excited when she was standing, though, in the wings. Everyone was just like waiting.
What is she doing
and
there?
then he was stalling. And so when he's stalling, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is happening. And at that time, my
Holy
editor's
shit.
asleep. It was 11 p.m. at night. And I'm like, I don't know who to tell. Like, the pre-write's ready. And in those moments, you have to be prepared for everything.
Of course.
So I turned my phone instantly to 4K and 60 to make sure to get a good shot.
Yeah.
And then you're doing like screenshots in addition to the video. And then instantly it's like a flow. So you post to social media, then you have to write the article. And
That's
but
so
that was
crazy. Wait, so how were you
insane.
writing that? Did you go home after and write it?
I had a pre-write ready for that
Okay.
one. And then when I finished, then you plug in kind of what happened.
course.
And so what's really helpful is since I record a video of the whole moment, you get a transcription of that and then you just make a news story.
That's actually great.
That's
really
awesome.
smart to do it that way.
Yeah, so
also,
smart.
I think it helps that it was the second night. Remember, she had been at the first night with the red carpet with George and
Yeah, that was like the
Greg's
party.
wives as well.
Yeah.
So that I feel like it was. I felt it'd be more likely that we'd see her again and potentially see some kind of performance, whatever. Seeing that she had been to the night before, if she hadn't been there the night before, I'm right on my timing, right? Like this was
It
the
was
second
Monday,
night
right.
or whatever. Yeah. So
So Monday was the reception, and that was the
Yes.
red carpet
yes,
appearance.
Yes.
But what was interesting is it was close to capacity, but it instantly sold out. I think the second they saw her the first night, and the
Yeah.
second night, nobody even knew she was going to attend.
Well, of
there was
course,
high
right.
hopes that she would attend. We knew it was a benefit concert, but we didn't fully know until we knew.
That's awesome.
I feel like that would be like seeing her the night before. I'd be like, well, now I think she's gonna attend everything. You know, like that would be the hope
Right.
I would need is to
Right,
like,
if you're
see
gonna
her
do the
in
tight end
flesh.
U red carpet, I think you're gonna go to
You're
that.
gonna maybe come
yeah.
sing a little ditty at the benefit.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Oh my God, what was the atmosphere when she started singing? Like how I can't even.
When she said, I wanted to see how loud we could get this place, it was like Eras Tour. Like,
I can't even
shrieking.
imagine.
It was
Especially in like such a
so
small place
loud.
too, like crazy.
And we've both been to that place, right? Where was it? It was
Brooklyn Bowl.
Brooklyn Bowl.
I haven't.
I think I've been there.
It's a lower open area, so
Yeah.
it's like the general ticket population is down below, and then the VIPs or the tight ends are up above.
Yeah.
And so
That's
Oh my
sick.
God. I'm pretty positive I've been there, and because it's on Broadway, right? Yeah.
and what
Oh my
people don't
God.
realize is when you go to right afterwards, you're on such a high. It's like the Eras Tour. You can't go to bed right after.
No,
you have to
it's
like
not.
come down.
Yeah,
from
of
that.
course.
And the next day, you're like, did that just happen?
Literally
No,
dream.
it's
I would
so
I would be
nuts.
pinching myself the entire time, being like,
Oh
"No,
my
you're
God.
alive. This is real."
How exciting! That's so amazing. Ugh. Okay, should we do a couple?
Yes,
couple of
let's jump
DMs?
into some DMs.
Fabulous.
This one isn't a question, but it did mention should have said no, which is funny.
Perfect.
They said, "Hey Kelly and Gia, I love listening to the podcast. I'm so glad that you are back. I was listening to Taylor Swift discography and came across should have said no live at the Jonas Brothers concert back in the old ages of 2009. That version seriously
not old
slaps, and I
ages.
immediately added it to my playlist. Thank you, Queens, for being awesome, and can't wait for what is to come in the future for both of you. Love, Dylan from Minnesota." I just wanted to shout out
Dylan.
Should Have Said No featuring the Jonas Brothers.
Major
Banger.
shouts,
Absolute
major
banger.
shouts. Because
Yeah.
also that to me is like it's a little bit of foreshadowing. a
Yeah,
little bit
between
of,
Taylor and Joe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in retrospect, it's like even better.
Oh, yeah.
you know?
They don't even know that they're singing about each other
Yeah.
at the time.
Yeah.
I'm just excited for whenever Taylor's version is coming out. And one
Yeah.
really cool thing that I came across through the industry is getting her very first demo that she handed out with 3 songs on it.
Cute.
And so it has 2 unreleased vault tracks. I think they might be on YouTube, but one
But
of
yeah, who
them,
knows,
my
yeah.
favorite personally, like on the new album or would be a vault track, is Your Face, which I think is such a great
I like
song.
Wow.
I Heart
Tennis-
Question Mark was the other one.
Tennessee
I Heart
Blue or
Question Mark
something.
is-
I love that one. So good. I really hope that's
I need to
vault
do a
track.
little. I need to go back and deep dive on all the ones that are like that you could only
That Steve
download
had
on Kazaa or whatever.
Yeah.
That Steve.
Yeah.
That was something new that we learned about. And I don't know if this is like a weird thing to discuss because I had never heard about it. When you were doing research and found that, was that like on?
Yeah, it was on
just,
like Swift,
online.
the Wiki,
This, like,
Swiftopedia that I used.
Yeah, she uses like and so it was like this inner circle of Taylor's. Not really, but they were calling themselves that, I guess. And there was this guy Steve who was like. He had a website where he would describe Taylor's songs because he had access to
he
them.
had unreleased Taylor music, and yeah, he would describe the song in like a paragraph instead of releasing it. So people would like be like, "Oh shit! Like there's this song, but we don't know like what it sounds like or anything like that. We just know what it's about." But he kind of had like this.
He was like leaking. Clearly, someone that was like
not leaking the music, but leaking like the themes
information
and stuff.
about it.
Yeah.
Which
So you
apparently
learn something new every day.
Yeah.
So you never heard that either.
No.
I was like shocked by this, but apparently
he
I guess
was like
around
the one who
like
had
the folklore era, whoever it was, got their legs cut out from
like he
underneath them.
had All the Girls You Loved Before, like before anyone else, and Need, and then like a bunch of other like Come Back Be Here before it was, or sorry, not Come Back Be Here. I Bet You Think About Me, before it was a vault track, and yeah, so like he described like the entire I Bet You Think About Me, like the storyline of the song and all this stuff, and so people knew about it but didn't know obviously. And then during Folklore is when the site got shut down, and now it's like for sale. And I think Kelly made a really good point, and we talked about this earlier actually in this episode, is like her team has gotten so small now that being able to find a leak should be pretty easy. If you're in a room with yourself and 5 other people, there's only so many people that can leak this song,
And going back to what you asked me, I think you said the most surprising thing I've covered. This was really interesting, especially from an industry perspective, is that somebody recorded a cover of a song unreleased. So it was the legality around that. Technically it is illegal, but no one had ever heard of that. Like you're covering
that it's wow.
Interesting. That's
and
crazy.
that was for
People
Need.
are so sneaky.
Right.
For Need. Oh, I see. Yeah. Sneaky people. But yeah, I had never heard that before, to the point where I was like, what is this? Is this real? What?
Yeah.
But it sounded like it was shady business, whatever it was.
Yeah,
And now
Steve.
no longer an issue. So who knows?
Okay, 2 very good questions. Hi, Taylor Watch Girlie. So glad the podcast is back. You guys helped me get through the workday. Do you think Taylor would have had the same resurgence, start of world domination, if she released Evermore before Folklore? Do you think it would have won Album of the Year? Or dare I say, would Folklore have become the forgotten album instead?
Wow.
Good question.
Great question. I honestly don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it's so similar that I have a hard time believing it wouldn't be as
successful,
beloved as Folklore was in that moment. But I will say Evermore's like a little more experimental with like closure.
And the tone of Evermore is a little darker.
Yeah,
I
for
would say
sure.
all around. Like that to me is a true winter album.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's one of the only ones where I think, like, you know how you think of her albums at different times of year based on like when they came out or how they make you feel or whatever. Most of them for me feel like spring, fall, whatever. But this one to Evermore feels like winter.
I don't know if it would have won Album of the Year, to be honest.
I honestly have
if
no idea.
If it had the same reception that it does now, I don't know. I just feel like Folklore was just so massive. But if Evermore became first, then I guess it would have that same impact.
I'm not sure.
What do you think, Bryan?
Yeah.
I think that's a good question. I'd also be curious on the timing. Like, didn't she say when she wrote Evermore, she just couldn't stop writing?
Yeah.
So she already
they came
had
out 3 months after each other. Like, Folklore came out August, Evermore came out December.
Yeah.
What I thought was really interesting is when in London they had all the dresses on an exhibit that I went to tour.
Cool.
And during the Evermore era, it showed the Willow music video, and it was Taylor shotless every single scene. So it's kind of like she really has a grocery shop list. She's already seen the music video in her mind, and she just goes, "Nope, we're done. We got it." And then she's on to the next one. And
That's so
storyboards
interesting.
That's a great way to work.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Very good question.
I am so curious because there are so many things, like, and also what, kind of expanding off that, I wonder what songs on Evermore would be as big as like the ones on Folklore. Like what would the August
Champagne Problems?
Champagne Problems would still be huge.
Yeah.
I bet Ivy would be bigger,
Yeah.
more like a mirror ball.
Gold Rush maybe.
Gold Rush would be
Yeah,
bigger.
love Gold Rush.
Yeah, a lot of them
Are there vault songs too from Folklore
There's
Evermore?
right where you,
Folklore?
right where you let me,
there's-
and
it's time
and
to
the
go.
lakes, but like, are there more?
Oh,
I would love that. Is what
I feel like
Right.
my favorite Taylor song of all time is The Lakes. And so that's just the sound, the lyrics, everything about the way it sounds like an old record player at the beginning or something, kind of like, I don't know. Something about that song really speaks to me on on like every level possible. If there are more like it, I'm gonna need them.
100%.
You're like, insert here. Let's go.
Yeah,
Literally,
inject them into my
intravenous,
veins. Yeah.
That's what I need. Like I love exactly that, and just the lyrics really get me. But
Well, I wonder how many like. Well, actually, I don't know, but I wonder if she took any like from Folklore Evermore era and like remastered them for TTPD just because like
totally
they're so
could.
similar-ish.
Yeah, right, in lyrics and,
Yeah.
and feeling for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I wonder too if she will, or if she's ever thought, I'm sure she's thought about it, but come out with like a poetry book. I would love like a, you know what I mean? Like that feels obvious at some point.
Yeah.
At the same time, like you don't want to use all your best stuff for the poetry if you're still writing lyrics for songs.
Totally, 100%.
But I think that poetically she's such a talented writer. I would love I have so many poem books. I love all those poem books. I would love one from her.
Okay, last DM, Bryan. This is for you too. Hi, Taylor Watch. Welcome back, Kelly and Gia. Cannot express my excitement that you guys are back. This community means a lot to us Swifties. I'm not sure if you've already answered this or not, but who would your Mount Rushmore of music artists / bands be? Of course, Taylor Swift. But who else? Just curious. I love listening to your appreciation of other artists on the pod. It reminds me to give other people a listen too, besides our queen. Love you both. Hope you're doing well. Kendall from Vancouver, Washington.
Oh, Kendall, thank you so
Shout
much.
out to Kendall.
Bryan, let's start with you. I feel like we're gabbing.
Yeah.
The Gab sisters.
Gosh.
What do you think?
Well, I feel like mine would be, I listen to all the queens. So like Dolly, Beyonce.
Of course.
I mean, I love Dua Lipa, Miley Cyrus. Like
Oh,
all of
a
them.
little Dua. Okay.
Dua Peep.
Dua Lipa?
We love it. She's on vacation right now.
Oh, of course.
Who
Is she
knows
not?
if she actually is. I think she's at Lala.
No, she was
wasn't
actually with Shawn Mendes like the other
but wasn't
day.
that
I don't
Lala?
know.
Or was
No,
that
they were
that-
at some other festival.
Was it that Canada one that
Oshega?
everybody went to? Oshega?
I'm not sure.
But, like Gaga would be up there. I love
God,
her.
yeah. Absolutely.
I'm trying to think of like my if I would do like right now or like my all time, you know what I mean? Because like
And
all
that's
time would be
Whitney
hard.
would probably, if it was all time. I love her voice.
Okay, well you have to pick
For
4.
sure.
You can't
Darn
pick
it,
all
I
these.
can't. Wait, doesn't Taylor say
Yeah.
there's room for all these queens?
Yeah,
It's
there's
a different Mount
room
Rushmore.
for not at this top.
Okay, not on Taylor Watch.
Not at this podcast. We
There's only
pick
room for
4
enough women, okay?
We put 4 women on top, and we don't let
Don't make
anybody
me
else
choose.
up there. That's what we sign that in our
Yeah,
contract.
literally.
No, it is really hard to pick 4 because you feel like you want to go in like every category. Like of
Yeah.
course we've got Taylor pop girlies, but then that does leave out Gaga and Miley and all those other people who we love and respect.
Yeah.
Chaperone is very high on the list for me right now. I said this morning, Chaperone present day might be my number 2 favorite artist. Like Taylor Swift's number 1, Chaperone number 2.
Yeah.
Tied closely with Lady Gaga at the moment.
Yeah.
So, but that's just today. You know, who knows how I'll
Right.
feel.
I can only really do like right now. I'd say right now would be Taylor, Olivia Dean, Gracie,
have been loving Olivia
Abrams, and Harry Styles.
Harry always.
Yeah.
You know.
Can I ask if you ever got your Gracie hoodie? So going back to Miami. So in Miami, hold on. This is a great ending, right? In Miami, all Sweet Gia wanted, and she said every single night is, I just want a Gracie hoodie. I just want the brown Secret of Us. That's all you wanted was
I
the
know.
hoodie. Did you get one?
I actually did end up getting
Oh,
it.
the closure.
It's like actually the most
Literally,
embarrassing thing I've
Gia
ever done.
sat
in
in
my life.
line for this hoodie for half the concert. Like she missed Gracie.
I miss Gracie.
Opening for
The
Taylor.
To be
irony.
fair, I
Waiting for
had
Gracie.
seen
But you
her
had
like
seen
3
Gracie
times
already.
before
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I was so dedicated in this fucking sweatshirt. I waited in line for literally an hour, got to the front
I
of the
feel
line.
like
she
longer
said the
than
only
that. Like, I feel like you
size,
waited for 100
maybe
years
an hour
for
and
that,
an
for
hour
that
and a half. She said
sweatshirt.
the only size we had left is a small. I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Which is literally for babies. Like
Yeah.
the small sweatshirt is the
I
smallest
almost
sweatshirt I've
spit in
ever
her
seen.
face. I was so mad. I buy the small, even though it literally doesn't go over my head. I'm like, okay, this is insane. We're walking out of the concert. I'm like, does anyone want to trade a small for an extra large?
Gia literally held her cell phone up with like trade Gracie hoodie for small, for large, or whatever. Like I swear,
Yeah.
held it up the entire time. We got lost. Olivia was with us too. Got lost in the trenches looking
Oh,
for
that
some
was the
kind of
worst.
Uber, looking for. Oh my god, it was. How long did it take us to get out?
It took like 2 hours,
Literally.
I think.
It was-
I was
it truly
crying.
was
Like, it
death.
was so bad. And
It
then
was so bad.
I think I brought it home. I was like, fuck this. Actually, no, I never brought it home. I left it at the Airbnb. I was like, I'm not even bringing it with me because I know I'm not going to wear it. And
Call
then
that for
I
that.
put on my Instagram story, like, if anyone is going to the Eras tour, like, and is planning on getting merch, like, if you have, like, the time, like, let me know if you can find me the Gracie Abrams hoodie. so many people swiped up. It was like the nicest thing ever.
Yeah.
I was putting it out there as like maybe one person would be like, hey, like I could try if you want me to. So many girls were like, I'll help you, blah, blah, blah. This girl ended up getting it for me. She shipped it to me. I paid her $80 down the drain.
Yep.
And it was the cheapest sweatshirt
I was gonna say,
ever.
I think I've seen you wear it one time.
I've worn it once. I mean, it's thinner than
Next
air.
episode.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
literally,
Yeah,
it's
time to
like
break it
one
out.
of those shitty, it's as thin as this shirt. It's
Yeah.
the worst, but
Yeah.
it's cute.
Like enough. Though?
And I will
No,
say,
definitely not
it's
cute
very-
enough for all that.
It's exclusive merch, so I'm one of the only people in the world that have it. So
That's true.
That's
That's
the
true.
secret
Yeah.
of us.
And I love that you brought
and
that up.
I
'cause
will
it is so
literally,
true.
I would take a bullet for Gracie Abrams. So like,
Yeah.
I just love her so much. So I would do anything for her.
She is great. She is great. And
Bullet
I
for
respect
Gracie
her.
and
Yeah.
stabbing for Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Gia's really ready to lay her life on the line for these people.
I just love
okay?
celebrities like
She's
more than I love my
passionate.
own friends.
Okay, yeah, she's passionate. She's real. That's real.
Yeah,
It's real
true.
fandom. The Mount Rushmore question though, that's difficult, and I'm gonna have to think on that one.
Yeah.
that's a really really good question, and I want to do it justice because I'm gonna overthink it, and I'm gonna do like a rock queen, a jazz queen, or maybe not jazz, but you know what I mean.
I
You
really
gotta think about it.
jazz. You like jazz?
You like jazz?
I'm like, you
I was
don't
just,
listen
you know,
to jazz.
I'm just listening. I don't. I'm just listing genres.
This is so much fun. When are you coming to Nashville?
No,
Oh my God,
Come to
literally to
Nashville.
We
Yeah.
have
I
to, 'cause we have to
know.
come to the museum.
If debut ever happens, 20 years,
I know.
I'm just saying, come on
and we
down.
want to really go to the
Is this your 20 year?
museum.
What year is 20 years?
Next
Soon?
year.
Next year.
Oh.
Perfect.
And next year's
Perfect.
also the 20 years of Hannah Montana.
I saw that.
Wait, before we end, can we go through some rapid fire questions?
Oh, yes,
Just because I
let's
feel
do
like
it.
they'd be
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do. Okay. If you had to delete one song forever from Taylor's discography, what would it be?
No, remember when I did the
So hard.
application video and I said my 3 least favorite songs and the internet?
Wait,
Oh
what
my
did you
God,
say?
Keyword
This is
me.
what we talked shit
What did
about.
you
I'm not
say?
even kidding. I can't because there was another guy like you, and I can't remember which.
Wait, what
it
did you say
was.
for your 3 least favorite
They
songs?
misspelled
Okay,
it though,
I
right?
never. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He said good,
Yes.
but I said it's nice to have a friend.
Okay.
Which is, by the way, a beautiful song.
Yeah, I love that
It's a
song.
great
Love
song.
that song.
So what I've now rephrased, because she has an extensive discography, is it's just not my top 200.
And that's fair.
So it's just,
That's very
Okay,
fair.
so would you remove that song from her discography?
I'll say the internet already knows. So yes,
It's
You
fine.
know,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
spoke at
No,
Harvard.
people came from my neck when I said I wanted "Girl at Home" removed from Red.
I said that I don't even.
or
like
sorry,
the Red
"Moment
album.
I Knew."
I'm not even a Red
Oh,
album
I do
girl.
love
Like
Moment
I really don't like
you
that
can,
song.
you can put Red. You can give me I'll Bet You Think About Me, and I can never listen to the rest of Red. Like I'm not a Red girl.
I love Red.
People hate that about
Yeah.
me.
So when I spoke though at Harvard, I was waiting. I finished like a 30-minute presentation. I was like, "Hey, I'll answer questions now." First question up is, "Why do you hate It's Nice to Have Friends?" But that's what's exciting is like
Yeah,
your
no, for
least
sure.
favorite is somebody else's favorite, and
Yes.
vice
Yes.
versa.
Yes.
It's good discourse.
Right.
And you're
And
not
we
saying it's
all
a bad
have-
song. You're just saying it's not your
It's not your
favorite.
fave.
Not
Yeah.
your top 200.
Exactly.
Not
I'm
everyone
gonna
needs to have a
say
fave.
that now.
Yeah.
It's not on my top 200. What do you think is the most underrated bonus or vault track? For me, it's Time to Go.
It's the Lakes, obviously. for
Mine
me.
is Right Where You Left Me, no doubt. Or honestly, I Bet You Think About Me.
That one, agreed. I
Yeah.
feel like it had a little bit of a moment where it was properly rated when the video came out because it was like, ooh, Miles Teller, ooh, Blake Lively, director, whatever. But agreed, not quite enough fanfare.
Well, we'll take All Too Well 10-minute off because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
like of course the top.
Yeah.
That's
I would
too
say
easy,
it's
yeah.
it over and out. My favorite thing is even if it's not a seagull, I just love the.
I love that
I love
song,
Is It
though.
Over
Yeah,
Now?
I
And-
do, and I kind of forget about that song, honestly. Like I forget how good it is because I feel like when 1989 vault tracks came out, like I was so obsessed with those vault tracks.
Me too.
And then I don't know, maybe it was the TTPD of it all and the more music and all that stuff, but I always kind of forget about the 1989 vault tracks.
I love them so much, love them
Yeah.
to death. I can't listen to them anymore because they make me think of my ex-boyfriend.
Oh, no.
In a
Message
nice
in a
way,
Bottle,
in a
though,
nice
is
way.
another one. That's another one.
Oh,
that
you
I'm,
like that one?
bopping.
Okay.
I do.
That
It's
one
on my
has to-
running
it has to-
playlist.
It has
It's
to
fun.
grow on me. Like it's very good for a running playlist. It's one of those songs where if I'm cleaning,
Yeah.
you can be the one that I love.
Like,
I'll get into it for sure.
Let's
but
go. We're karaokeing
Again,
in
we
Nashville.
can't see. Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
are.
need to.
Yes,
We
are.
need to.
Amazing.
Oh, okay. Love this. Rank the following: Miss Americana, Eras Tour movie, Long Pond Sessions, Rep Tour movie.
Holy shit.
That's so hard. So Eras Tour movie, just because I could watch that concert
Yeah.
over and over and over.
I think
Yeah,
I would
I
put
think
that.
same.
I think I would put Long Pond at 1. Okay, wait. You go first. Sorry,
Okay.
this is
Yeah,
your question.
yeah.
I'm like, what would I do?
This is like hard because I think it's like chapters in your life. So I love that. I love Reputation Stadium too. I put that number 2 just because I met her during that.
Incredible.
And that was really cool going in the rep room. Third would be Folklore because I love the behind the scenes creative process.
Totally.
And then Miss Americana is an amazing movie and it was perfect for its time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also think all these, if there ever is an episodic documentary that comes out, that would jump to number
100%.
I
Mine's very
agree
similar to
completely.
yours. I would go Long Pond, Eras Tour movie, Rep, and then Miss Americana.
I think I'm exactly the same. Long Pond, Eras Tour, Miss Americana, Rep, which I think people would be shocked to hear. But the Rep Tour movie, I feel, wasn't as... It didn't give me everything that I wanted in it. And now watching it back, it feels a little like... Maybe because like the Joe of it all. Like I don't know. I don't love it as on a rewatch.
Yeah, I get what you
if that
mean.
makes sense.
See, I love the rock and roll. Like they say, I
do
did
like
something
that.
bad. I did something bad. That whole 6-minute version. I'm like, I hope that's a Red Vault track because
Well,
I
that
love
shit is
this sick.
insane.
So
She like
good.
made so much rock. I'm like,
Yes.
please come out with a rock album.
Yes.
Okay,
Really, really
last
sick.
one. This is a good one for you, Brian. You get to interview 3 people close to Taylor, but not Taylor.
Oh.
Who is it?
So I would love to interview her parents. I
Of
don't know if
course.
anybody.
Yeah.
I was literally gonna say like what Andrea Scott and
Yeah.
Austin.
And Austin
literally-
would
yeah.
be awesome.
I would love to interview. Yeah, Austin would be so interesting. Honestly, Tree. Love to
Of
interview
course.
Tree.
Of course.
When is
It's
Amy Adams
interesting.
playing her?
Well, she said she would.
She would.
Yeah.
She would do it, yeah, which would be unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Is she gonna? Well, we don't know. So that movie that's coming out starring Anne Hathaway. That's like about
A24 one?
Yeah.
That's like about pop stars. Supposed to be loosely based on Taylor and Gaga and Jack Antonoff and Charlie XCX are involved or whatever. I don't think that Amy Adams is involved.
No,
in that,
I don't
but
think
that
so.
would honestly make sense if they were doing like a
Crossover.
toughie,
Yeah.
something like that in that role.
The woman manager who doesn't
Yes,
take any shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She would play that role well, but I don't know. Actually, that movie's already shot, I think. So I
Yeah,
don't know who all else is in that. I think I'm in the same vein as you. As I'd love to interview her parents and her brother. Her brother more than her parents, honestly, because I'm very interested in his process,
His
in-
perspective of everything
yeah,
too.
and with the music for all the shows,
Yes.
and
A
movies and
big
stuff. Yeah,
part of her
100%.
companies,
Yeah.
I'm huge.
I'd be like,
very
so
interested
are you
in
Team
the
Conrad or Team
intricacies of that.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, right. They're definitely Team Conrad.
Yeah, no doubt.
But he is so good at that, and I have a brother as well, and it's just the two of us, and I feel like the only person that I would trust with my own stuff like that would be someone like my brother who knows me really well and would know whether or not I would like my music in that show or movie or whatever. And I feel like you have to know Taylor well enough to know that because I just feel like the songs are. It's not like, oh,
Of course, you don't want your song just
whoever's gonna
willy-nilly
pay me-
throughout everything. Yeah,
pay me
yeah.
to throw the song on there. Like, there's more to it.
Yeah,
I feel like
and like,
Austin
what if
does
it's like
such
a
good job of that.
controversial scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he does such a great job.
Like,
So
oh, we
he's-
just
He's
used-
my, I think, number one on my list. Andrea and Scott as a pair. I'm trying to think of who else.
It would be cool, maybe somebody who knows really well the inner workings, like her tour
maybe,
manager.
That would
Yeah,
be
Or like-
or Abigail.
Abigail would be a great one.
That'd be good. She'd be super interesting.
Yeah.
Well, if any of them listen, of course. your
Yeah, you
podcast
guys are
and
welcome
they want
to
an
any
interview,
day.
come on down.
We know that, Brian, that they all
Either
do.
if you want an exclusive interview with
Yes.
Brian, if you want to
Yes.
sit down with us, whatever it is,
This is
take
just
your
a
pick.
big. This
Yeah.
is just a big interview platform, and again, we know that you're all listening. Austin, Andrea,
Yes.
Taylor, Scott,
Tree,
Abigail, Tree,
Abigail.
everybody. So everybody that is willing to come through,
Yes.
we have an open seat.
Get in line.
You can line up outside. No one
Yeah.
will even look at you twice. In
Yeah,
here.
perfect.
It'll be fine. It'll be
Perfect.
great. Thank you so much, Brian, for
Thank
coming
you.
and
This
chatting
was
with us.
awesome.
This is
Great.
We held you hostage for like literally an hour.
Oh
and
my
a
God.
half.
Yeah.
Take my day, honestly.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Good. We're so happy to have you here in New York.
So
This is so
happy.
exciting. Best of luck with all of your endeavors this week.
Yes.
And look forward to seeing what's to come. And if you guys stay tuned, right after this, as soon as we're done with this, we will launch right into our Summer I Turned Pretty episode 5 recap.
Yeah, and it's
we had
good.
a lot to say. It's good.
Yeah.
And it's long.
Very
And we had a lot to
interesting,
say.
crazy episode.
Crazy episode
Yeah.
with Conrad, a lot of his perspective, so we'll get into that shortly. But again, thank you so much, Brian.
Thanks,
Where can
Brian.
everybody find you and
Yes,
keep up
plug
with you?
your socials.
Yay.
It's Bryan West TV. And you know, when I graduated real fast college,
Yay.
it was Bryan West TV for media, broadcast media, but now it has a new meaning.
Of course, Taylor's version. Oh
Love!
my God.
So cute. Yay.
Oh, we love when that happens. Perfect. Thank you so much for coming and chatting with us today. We love you. Thank you guys so much for submitting all of your voicemails and DMs. You guys are the shit. And we will see you next week.
Love you guys.
All right, here we are. Episode 5 of The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Woo.
The track 5 version of an episode, people are saying. Jenny Han.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think about that.
Oh, yeah. People are going crazy about, because Jenny Han keeps posting videos of like behind the scenes stuff. Like, did you see that video of Belly or Lola Tongue behind the scene
with All Too Well playing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's playing All Too Well for the scene where she goes up and like finishes the crossword or whatever, sees the crossword. So Jenny Han is just like, she's dropping Easter eggs in the same way that
100%.
Like, she can't stop. She can't help herself.
Yeah.
So we see that. We knew that something was going to happen in the 5th episode. We were hoping that it was going to be from Conrad's perspective. And we did get about 50% of that.
Yes.
Or maybe would you say?
No, I would say 100. The whole
Most
thing.
Of it was him? Yeah.
I guess besides the cutscenes of like Steven and stuff.
Which, by the way, enough. Write Denise out of the show.
No, I don't give a fuck about Denise.
I don't give a fuck about Denise.
Enough. It's crazy.
Denise
to
about
me.
to get fired probably because of that work drama. But anyway, so it opens to Conrad's working on the roof. He's hanging out. Or is that where it opens?
No, it opens with.
That's where I have my first note.
It's a replay of the last scene that we saw of Conrad giving the dirt bombs to Belly, and instead this time it's just fully in slow motion.
Yes, it's like basically a dream sequence.
Yes,
but it's from what had actually happened at the end of last episode.
Right, and then it's kind of like Conrad, and then you realize that it's Conrad like thinking about the situation, how he saw it play out in his mind, and then.
Then he snaps out of it and he's on the roof. Like he's daydreaming about that moment on the roof. Said he's been thinking about it since it happened for a week, and like so have we.
Yeah, right.
So relatable.
Right. But, so then that's when Belly walks out. She starts to swim in the pool.
An adorable bathing suit.
I know.
Obviously, looking the cutest she's ever looked.
She was so beautiful this episode.
She really was.
It's just crazy how beautiful she is. Adam calls Conrad while he's working on the roof. Calls him about the wedding.
Big episode for Adam.
Yeah.
Adam suddenly growing a brain. Not sure what's going on there, but yeah, he calls Conrad, asks him about the wedding. He's like, "This is ridiculous." And this is a positive for Conrad that I didn't expect to have. Shows his maturity.
Yeah.
He didn't talk shit.
Yeah.
He was like, it's not that crazy. His dad's like, this is ridiculous, whatever. He could have easily been like, yeah, Dad, you're right. Like, this is fucking nuts. Like, whatever. Because that is how he feels. But instead, he went on and kind of was like, it doesn't matter if I like it or not. They're going to do this. And if you push more, it'll push him away. And Adam says, the way, like, I pushed you away. And I said, self-awareness out of Adam.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to therapy or like, what's the deal?
Definitely not.
He'll never go to therapy. But so they have this conversation on the roof, and while Conrad's on the roof, and it sounds as if Adam is like kind of at a loss. It's like literally the 4th of July or the 3rd of July. Everybody's they're at the office, and Jeremiah has to be there, Steven has to be there, Denise has to fucking be there. Question though, I must have blinked and missed it. What happened to Taylor? Where did she go? She was supposed to drive Jeremiah to Cousins, and then she just never went to Cousins?
She had a reason. She said she couldn't go anymore because
totally
her mom. She had a reason later on. I think I wrote it down. She said like she can't go anymore because like her mom, something happens with her mom and she like can't go. I just have Taylor can't come to Cousins.
They really brushed right over that because I missed it. I must have been like doing my eyeliner at that time.
But when Conrad's on the roof talking to her dad, it's important like kind of theme for the episode, I guess, is Conrad's like very adamant that, I'm just going to stay away from Belly this weekend. I'm not going to interact with her and everything will be fine. Like, as long as I stay away from her, we'll be all right.
Really trying to convince himself that everything is okay.
Yes.
I will say, though, when they finally get to the part where it's like Taylor waiting outside the office for Jay or whatever, I was pissed that she had to like wait for him to drive him to Cousins. Like, I was annoyed. I was like,
no, 100%.
Don't make Taylor drive him to Cousins. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was annoying.
And like, don't you have your own car? I'm also confused about the geography of this whole situation.
Me fucking too.
Because one second they're in Philly, one second they're in Boston, the next they're in New York. Like, where does Taylor live?
Where do they, like, where's their hometown? Because
I know Belly lives in Philly.
Does she?
Yeah.
So but is the job not in Boston?
Yes.
So Steven goes from Philly to Boston every day? That doesn't make any sense. Because if Belly lives in Philly, then so would Steven. I thought that they lived somewhere ambiguous in like Connecticut. Because to be traveling back and forth from Boston to New York all the time, they've got to be in the middle somewhere.
I know, but
Cousins, I assume, would be like the Vineyard or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought that, for some reason, I thought that they're in the Philly area.
I don't know where you got that. I don't know. But I
Right.
don't remember anything that told me that they're in Philly. Obviously,
Where does
somewhere
Belly
with trains.
live? Yeah, it lives in Pennsylvania outside of Philly.
That makes no. So this is all right. So we're daily commuting from, because obviously Steven is
Fishers live in Boston, and the Conklins reside in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Because Steven is at home because he just got hit by the car, so he's been at home. And now he's going back, but they keep being like he's back and
maybe
forth
he
to
was
New York.
living in Boston.
But even to commute to Boston, back and forth from New York makes no
but
sense.
But he works in Boston, Stephen.
No, I know, but he doesn't live there.
Yeah. No,
he's always going back to New York.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, what's in New York then? If you're always going to Boston for work and your family's in Philly,
yeah,
then
what's
you just,
in New York?
Live in New York?
Yeah, I don't know.
And I know he had an internship. I thought the internship was in New York. Like when they were cutting away and Belly and Taylor and all them were still at college and Steven was like at work, I thought he was in New York City. And that was the whole thing about like Taylor's going to go to New York and for her job and they were going to eventually like rekindle. So I did not realize that until, you know, Adam, honestly, this episode was talking about how Jer's been like, you know, taking care of his side of the loft or whatever, that they were in Boston. So I was like, all right. The geography's bad, Jenny Han.
It's confusing.
No one's going to take 5. It takes a long fucking time to get from New York to Boston. It takes like 4 hours, 3.5 hours.
Yeah, it's a 4-hour train.
Right.
And then Philly to Boston is another
That's crazy.
3 hours, 2 hours.
Philly to New York makes sense. It's like an hour and a half. That would be fine. It'd be an annoying commute, but that'd be fine. But yeah, no, I don't love, and we don't know where Cousins is. We're not really sure exactly. It's obviously on the coast somewhere.
Yeah.
I just always assumed it was like the Cape or the Vineyard or in that Block Island, like in that area. It's shot in Wilmington. Do you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah. One of my besties lived there.
A lot of I only knew that because when they were doing like the promo, one of the magazines like asked them, "Where's your cousin's beach?"
Ooh.
And Jeremiah and Adam both said Wilmington. They were like, "Oh, I don't know. We filmed in Wilmington, so I guess it's Wilmington."
Okay, well, boring.
They're like, that's not really the question.
Yeah,
but okay.
yeah. Boring reply.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Sure. So we've got this element of, and I'm annoyed by how much work we got going on, but we've got Jeremiah going to work. We've got Steven going to work, Denise showing up to work. It's on a holiday weekend. Adam wants everybody in the office. This is allegedly in Boston. Jared's like, I'm going to get a ride from Taylor. Taylor can't go anymore. So now the 3 of them are waiting in the office. Drama.
One little part before that, when Taylor's standing outside talking to Jeremiah, she doesn't realize that Steven's going to be there, so they kind of have a cute little run-in, but Steven's with Denise.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so funny that Taylor called Denise a Shiv Roy wannabe.
No, that was so fucking funny, Gia. I cackled out loud. She was like, who's this Shiv Roy?
Yeah.
Who's Shiv Roy wannabe?
So funny.
Also bitchy by Denise to walk up and be like, I'm going to walk away out of whatever this is.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. I literally hate Denise so much.
I know, she's really annoying.
She's got such a bad attitude.
She's just unnecessary.
Yes, I also liked in that moment when Taylor shows up and she like I think that she maybe thought Steven was coming because she's wearing a super cute outfit.
Yeah.
And Jared's like, well, you wasted a cute outfit. Like, Steven's not coming. She's like, shut up. Like, blah, blah, blah.
And then he actually shows up.
She's
like,
had kitten heels on.
Oh, yeah. She looks so cute. She was wearing like a pink dress and
9
beaded
a.m.
necklace. Yeah.
She said, I woke up at the crack of dawn for this. I'm like, you're literally wearing a heel.
Yeah.
Like,
that's so
I
cute.
think you're going to see Steven. So Jared's got to break the news.
Yeah.
I gotta work. We all got to work. They all go upstairs. This side plot of them at work is going to be going on in tandem with Conrad and Belly and Cousins the entire time.
Yeah. So Taylor calls Belly, tells her that she can't come to Cousins, and she asks Belly how Conrad is doing, and Belly's like, I've actually barely seen him. Like, he hasn't been around, whatever.
By design.
Yes. So then we cut back to Cousins. Belly's looking through the cabinets, trying to find something for breakfast. Conrad walks in. She goes, "Hey, future brother-in-law." Oh, Belly. Just like, I said, what the fuck is wrong with her?
No, like
she literally lives in La La Land.
She's so awkward. It's so ridiculous. Like, I just don't. Right? Is it La La Land or is it like this like defense mechanism? Whatever.
Yeah.
It's annoying that we can't see
her
inner monologue.
Yeah, I
You know what
agree.
I mean, like I wish that there was way
like,
more.
is
inner
she just so
monologue in this show.
delusional that she doesn't understand
Yeah.
that Conrad still loves her, or is she doing exactly what you're saying,
Yes.
just like putting up as big of a wall
Right.
as humanly possible?
Right. And she also, we find out, I think maybe in this moment or around this moment, that handyman Conrad is not staying for the wedding.
Yes.
That was I feel like that was a reveal.
He's going to stay for the wedding, but he was going to go back and then come back, I think, because he's the best man. He has to be there.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
She said something like,
Something
maybe
along the lines of like
not
he was
staying
going to go
until
back.
the wedding.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe that's where I misinterpreted. Okay, because I was shocked by that point. I was like, what do you mean?
That's kind of when they're having like a conversation after the whole like the brother-in-law thing, and he's kind of just like really not wanting to have a conversation with her, and she's like really trying to push small talk. Jumps back to the office. Jeremiah and Steven can't leave because Adam's in the office now, so everyone's like, oh, Adam's here, we can't leave until Adam leaves, whatever.
Of course. Which, like, Dave's here, we're not leaving, nobody's leaving.
No, 100%, I get
Same
that
vibe, that's real.
Yeah, 100%. Jeremiah's like, what's going on with you and Denise? Steven's like, nothing's going on, like, and Jeremiah can kind of pick up that he's still thinking about Taylor, so he's like, oh, okay.
Well, because Steven brings Taylor up, like, he's like, what's going on with you and Denise? Like, this, no, he says this like workplace like arguing is kind of sexy.
Yeah,
Jeremiah is too horny to be in an office. Like I
hate the way he like puts the pen in his mouth.
No,
and
it's
he's
gross.
like sensual.
It's like, stop, Jeremiah. You're at work. Like this is 2 episodes in a row where you're like at work thinking about sex. Like enough. So he brings this up and he says like, it's a little sexy. What's going on between you two? And Steven's like, nah, it's not like that.
Yeah.
And then he's like, okay. And then he's like, Jared says something along the lines of like, I don't know, I see it. And he's like, well, it's nothing to do with Taylor. And Jared's like, I didn't bring up Taylor.
Yeah.
Like you did. So
I was like, ooh.
Caught bringing up Taylor.
And this is when Adam says that he needs extra eyes on this new deal that they're doing with Starcade X.
Some bullshit.
Some company that they're working with, whatever.
Yep.
Adam says he needs extra eyes on it. Steven and Denise are like, we got to get out of here. Jeremiah actually steps up and he's like, I'll take an extra look at it.
I have Jared stepping up at work, 3 question marks. I can't believe.
Okay. It's like at first the work wasn't the priority and now work is the priority and he's like leaving Belly behind.
For sure. I will say though, it's a little annoying. Like Belly's frustration, and we'll jump back to Belly because I think that their day was so much more interesting.
Yeah.
Belly and Conrad, obviously. But I think that Belly being annoyed that Jeremiah has to stay at work is annoying to me only because she knows that he's really been trying hard to like get on Adam's good side. And if Adam is there, he's working on something, he's keeping her abreast. Like it's not like he's just a no-show. And again, it's like they're just doing shit in Cousins. Like you can do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
like
and
chill.
It's
a little like roll my eyes.
Yeah,
you know?
it just shows that they're both not ready to get married.
No.
Their priorities are not straight. They have things that they need to focus on right now that are more important than getting married in the moment, and they're both just not mature enough for that yet.
Not
it's
even
so
close.
obvious.
Also, it is like, and I'm not saying that this isn't bad. Like Jared should be focusing on work, and he should be doing something. Like he volunteers to take this thing on, take a final look, whatever, and ultimately ends up like getting on Adam's good side, which we'll get to when we jump back. But like, it was important for him to do that. And I think that it's annoying that everybody's annoyed. It's like pick a lane. Like, what do you want him to be obsessed with Belly, or you want him to be obsessed with work? Like, Belly, what do you want? So Belly is in Cousins now.
Yeah, and
Taylor's not coming.
Yeah. So this is when Jeremiah says that he's going to take the extra work. So he tells Belly that he can't make it to Cousins right now. So Belly's like, okay, I'll just go run some errands myself.
She's not too pissed off at first, but she's visibly annoyed.
Yeah. So she's like looking for the keys. Conrad turns the corner. He has the keys, and she's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh, I was actually just about to run. I'll be back in 20 minutes if you want to take the car." And Belly's like, "Oh, like, can't you just give me a ride?" And he's like, I really don't want to give you a ride.
Right. And he's like really trying to stay away, but Belly came down in her eyeliner and the dappled lighting, and how could he say no?
He's just like so entranced by her, but he does say no, and she's like, fine, I'll just bike, whatever. Obviously, she's like confused and annoyed.
Yeah.
And then it jumps back to this flashback of them when they were kids, and it's kind of just showing that ever since they were young, Conrad has always felt like this urge to help Belly and to be there for her and to, save her from situations, whatever. In this example, she's a little girl and her bike is too slow. So Conrad gives her his bike and he runs beside her while she's learning how to ride this new bike so she can keep up with the boys.
Can I say, like, I am a little annoyed, or / I don't know if I like this. I'm not annoyed because I do like the flashbacks. I think they're sweet. I'm not sure if I like that they're always using flashbacks of them as kids to show that, like, Conrad is more caring than Jeremiah. I, like, don't necessarily feel like that's fair. I think that Conrad, their age difference when they were younger is so prominent. Like, Jeremiah and Belly are the same age, or are
a year
Jerry's
apart.
1 year older than Belly.
Yeah.
And they are very much the same. Like, of course, Jeremiah's not going to sit there and worry about Belly getting on the bike. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they do that a lot, where they try to be like, look, Conrad's always cared for Belly, even since they were kids. And I'm like, that's not really fair. It's cute. I like seeing it. It's not fair in comparison to Jeremiah, which, like, I don't know. Maybe if Jeremiah were the older sibling, he would have done the same. Like, it's just a little bit. I feel like it's unfair.
Yeah, especially when you're like a young boy. Like, you can't. But I think I do like to see it just because it shows like
it's adorable.
Conrad
obviously.
has loved her since the OG days.
For
whatever.
sure.
But I get what you're saying.
Do you know
for
what
sure.
I mean? Yeah.
So
I feel like it's all the time they do it. You know?
Yeah.
Like every episode, there's a flashback of them being kids and Conrad saving the day and Jeremiah like fucking up. And it's like, that's not fair.
So then it jumps back. Conrad's watching her bike away, and he says it's not his job to help her anymore.
That was sad.
Which is very sad.
That was hard.
So then Steven's on the train going to New York. He sees Denise. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, where are you going? New York. Why? What's in New York? None of your business. Like whatever. Denise's bad fucking attitude. I'm so sick of them. That's literally it. That's literally it.
I couldn't care less. They play video games, like whatever.
Do not give a fuck.
Yeah. Belly is at the cake store.
Yep.
You know, she has this very specific cake that Jeremiah wants.
What a loser diva with this cake.
Oh my God, with this cake. And it just got worse and
worse. It
worse.
gets so much worse.
Yeah.
Every time Belly talked to Jeremiah during this day of planning.
One thing I said I could have is a cake.
Belly, we each said we had our one thing, and the cake is my one thing. Shut up.
So maybe cough it up.
Grow up. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, where's your money?
Yeah.
Where's the money you're making?
Maybe cough up the $750.
She's doing shifts at the imaginary place. You don't even know if it's a restaurant or what. But she's saving every penny. She won't even get an ice cream. She's saving so much money.
It's
Jeremiah,
crazy.
who the fuck are you?
Yeah, like because
Foot
you
the
want
bill.
your cacao.
Your
He's like,
80% cacao, gloss cake.
Yeah, like,
shut the fuck up.
Why do you even know what that is?
Like, shut the fuck up.
No,
shut
exactly.
the fuck up. So yeah, she's at the cake place.
She's at the cake. She's embarrassed.
They're laughing at her.
Yeah, basically, because she's like, oh, like, how much is this cake? And they're like, yeah, it's really expensive, $750. And she's like, what about if it's for a birthday? And they're like, it's still $750. Yeah.
I appreciate that Belly has had this like rude awakening, not only of how expensive weddings are, but how expensive cousins is. That's the other thing. Like we keep forgetting that this is literally
and that's Jeremiah's favorite cake. Like his favorite cake is a $750 cake.
No, that's insane. His favorite cake is an 80% cacao chocolate gloss. No, I'm sorry, like, mirror gloss.
Yeah, mirror
topping.
gloss with like cherry marmalade.
Yeah, with cherry ganache in the middle. Shut the fuck up, Jeremiah. Shut up.
I can't with that.
It's insane.
It is.
Absolutely insane. But yeah, so like cousins is for rich people. And we've always known that because Belly and her mom are not rich.
Yeah.
And so they like come, and Susanna and Adam certainly were. The Fishers are definitely rich. Obviously they have like 5 houses. But like they, you know, we go to their big ass house, their hydrangeas, all the bullshit, whatever. Do you not think a town like that where it's like, oh, let's have a wedding in this town? It's literally like, let's have a wedding on Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Let's have a wedding in East Hampton.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the local cake shop. Of course, it's gonna be $1,000 cake. Like Jeremiah, you're so like he just doesn't know the world. He doesn't know the fucking world.
That's so funny.
Pissed
and
me
honestly,
off so much.
That's a good
cake.
point. I didn't even think about that too. Like cousins
It's crazy.
itself being.
She's like, sorry, Belly. Cousins isn't the sweet little beach town you think it
Yeah.
is. Like it's literally for rich people. There's a country club. You work at the country club.
Yeah.
You stay at the country club. Like get a grip.
Yeah.
Ugh. It's too much.
Yeah, so Belly's kind of starting to realize. Oh.
She also says, my boyfriend with the cake. My boyfriend really
Right.
wants blah, blah, blah. I wrote that down because I went, oh, you mean fiance?
Yeah, interesting that she did say that. Belly's kind of doing everything herself. You know,
sorry.
she's getting frustrated. And Jeremiah figures out that the numbers aren't adding up for this Stockade X, whatever, Starcade X thing deal.
And that's also the thing I think that like Steven, remember they were having a meeting about it and Steven and Denise were like really wanting to know what was going on in the meeting.
Yeah.
Jeremiah was like overhearing and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same company, I think.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
They've been working on this deal the entire time. Whatever.
I foresee Steven getting involved. Like this is what actually
Steven saves the day.
Yeah, kind of. So I see, you know, Jeremiah comes in, he tells Adam, like, hey, the numbers are fucked up, whatever. They find out that they are, in fact, fucked up. Jeremiah, like, caught something important.
Yeah.
Adam immediately is like, Denise should have caught this. And Jeremiah lets him get her thrown under the bus. Like, doesn't say, like, oh, no, I offered, or, oh, I sent them, like, I was trying to, like, do something good, whatever.
Yeah.
Denise tried to look at it, but I told her to go. So he lets her get thrown under the bus right away. I wonder if Denise is about to get fired and Steven's about to get put on this account. That's my prediction. Who knows?
Interesting.
If we're talking work, you know. That's
I hope Denise gets fired.
I hope she does too, because I'm sick of her face.
Me too.
Like, I'm sick of her.
Yeah.
Or at least move to a different division. Like, get somewhere else. Stop sitting across from Steven and like being annoying.
Yeah, agreed. So when Jeremiah is figuring that out, Conrad is in the car. He sees Belly struggling to get all the bags on her bike. So he's like, fuck, I gotta help this girl out. She's struggling.
He's so pathetic.
Yeah, he pulls over. For some reason, him grabbing that bike, I was like, ooh.
No, it was hot. It was like brute strength.
Yeah,
it's
like really hot.
It's like lifted like a feather. Like,
yeah.
Oh, is
that so easy and light for you,
nothing.
Conrad?
Like, oh, here, hold on.
He's like really showing his like husbandry this episode.
Absolutely. Well,
working on the roof, picking up the bike.
He's handyman. He's
driving her
country
around.
Conrad. Like
he's cooking. He cooks for her.
He's got his blue jeans on.
Yeah.
Like he's Mr. Blue Collar. He's like cosplaying as Blue Collar at Cousins right now.
Yeah, it's very cute. So then they're talking in the car. They're talking about like how Conrad was like a nerdy kid growing up, his stamp collection that he loved, and all this stuff. It's just a very cute like conversation where they're kind of just like reminiscing about each other and growing up together and all this stuff. They go to a flower shop,
which I loved.
So cute. And you know the florist is like, oh, for your wedding, or what does the groom want?
She goes, I'm having an event. That's another thing. Belly can't spit it out that it's a wedding. Conrad is there, which first of all, I was like, okay, so Conrad's just wedding planning with her now. Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Well, I think she thinks if she tells people it's not a wedding, it's going to be cheaper.
That's what I thought too. Like,
but also, I agree with the fact that
the way that she like stumbles, like she can't just be like, oh, I need, my boyfriend. Conrad's there. She kind of looks at him like,
she can also be like,
I need flowers for an event, like, you know, doing whatever. And then she still won't even like, and then even when Conrad comes up and he's like, a wedding? She's like, yeah, it's like a really small wedding that's like barely anything and whatever. And then the lady's like, well, it's a $5,000 minimum, and those are competitive prices, by the way. Yeah, I'm like, again, you're in Cousins. The flowers are expensive. She wants
Conrad was like $5,000, and she was like, Our prices are very competitive.
Yeah, she was really snappy at that. But then at the same time, like, don't
these
come.
Kids are coming in here.
Correct, right?
Yeah, like price checking her shit. She's like, yeah, I sell flowers. Like, I need to make a fucking living.
No, it's crazy.
Like it's
crazy.
You're not like, old enough to get married.
This is the industry. Yeah, if you can't afford the flowers, then you can't get married.
Yeah, like I don't know what you want from me. And yeah, she thinks that Conrad's the groom. They have this awkward moment. Blah blah blah. Yeah, she's like,
I was just waiting for that to happen.
We have these orchids that we can fly in from Hawaii. She's like, I don't think so. So, you know.
And then she's like, what about peonies, which are equally expensive?
So expensive.
People discount like all these nice ass flowers. I don't know why. But then I thought it was really sweet.
Oh, I think.
Of Conrad. Like trying to make it work.
Yeah, and he's like, you can use our mom's hydrangeas.
He's like, they're not as good, but I'm sure they're great. Like, whatever. No, like the fact that he even was like trying to entertain, because he sees Belly like feeling deflated, feeling defeated, crushed, sad, everything about it. And instead of feeding into that and being like, yeah, you probably shouldn't even get married, bitch. Like, you're stupid. Instead, he like tries to make it work. He tries to fix it for her. So
it's so sweet.
A theme of the episode is he's Mr. Fix It.
Yeah. You know? So they get into the car, Conrad and Belly's super defeated. You know, I actually, one interesting line that stood out to me was she tells Conrad that she likes milk chocolate. She's like, I don't even know what, because they're talking about like cacao.
That whole fucking scene where she's in the car with him and she's trying the cupcake version of like the cake or whatever. And he's like, oh,
that's
whatever.
what happens. Yeah, she's eating.
Like, she's like, this one's 70%, this one's 80%. And like, I don't know the difference. I like milk chocolate, but it's not like it matters.
Right.
Like, that's her kind of being like,
Right. I was like, oh, like, you know, her opinion hasn't even been considered in this situation where, like, the bride should be the number one opinion.
Of course.
Although
she has been very much like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
care.
true.
It's like, girl, yes, you do.
She does.
Just admit that you care, and then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But you admit, like, trying to be easy breezy, go with the flow, you're gonna end up unhappy.
Yeah. She's trying to people please way too much.
Big time. Pathological people pleaser. That's her.
Only wanted you to see her.
And I'm fading thinking.
Do something, baby. Say something.
Right,
So yes, they're eating the cupcakes in the car. Jeremiah either calls he calls Belly and he's like, I'm stuck at the office, I'm not gonna make it till later tonight. She tells him about the cake. Jeremiah gets pissed off.
Well, wait, that's also another moment that Conrad tries to fix it, where he's like, well, you know what? Then, like, maybe you can't, like, fuck the glaze, he says. He's like, fuck the mirror glaze.
Right.
And whatever. He's like, get one sheet covered in milk chocolate frosting and call it a day.
Yeah.
And then,
So then Belly introduces that idea to Jeremiah over the phone.
in the same tone, sweet, like,
she's like,
baby, the mirror glaze is a little much. Like, she doesn't literally say this, but she's like, a little much. Like, let's do this cutie. Like, her tone is good. She's happy. She's having a great day. Conrad's fixing everything.
Yep. And Jeremiah's like, well, what? You said I could pick the cake as the cake that I always like. Blah, 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 blah.
I have here, Jeremiah is such a fucking diva. Ick, the cake.
No, I know. I said, oh my God, who gives a fuck about the cake? So buy it yourself.
No, literally.
And you can literally see
Belly, we each said that we had one thing, and the cake was my thing. It's like,
oh my
sorry,
God.
your thing is literally $1,000.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
Like, maybe compromise. So
it's crazy. It's immature.
So immature. It's so frustrating. So, you literally see Belly like lose her sparkle. Like any hint of like happiness that she was holding on to, she just completely deflates. Belly's kind of like venting about the wedding at this point. She's clearly upset. Conrad's just kind of just listening to her being like, oh my God,
She's like basically in tears.
Yeah.
Just being like, I'm so confused. Like, I didn't know this was going to be so much. I feel like I'm carrying everything.
Yeah. She's like,
she's feeling burdened by this.
Right. She wanted to go to Michael's with Jeremiah because they're having this big sale that ends tomorrow. And now Jeremiah said
with
she can't.
Coupons.
Yeah. He says she can't make it to Michael's. So now,
and Taylor's not here, remember?
Right. So Belly's upset because she wanted to go to Michael's, whatever. So Conrad's like, I'm not taking her. And then all of a sudden he's like, okay, fine. You know what? While she's venting about this wedding, he's staring at her and he's biting his tongue so hard. He's like, you can tell he wants to say, don't get married to him. Don't get married to him. Don't do it. He's thinking in his head. You can hear it in the narration.
He says it out loud. He says, don't do it. I for real thought that was like, I looked away for a sec and I thought that he had said it. And I was like,
no,
but he
I
didn't.
know.
Oh, I was so mad he didn't. I wish he fucking said it because it would have been like,
right.
I think it would have been a good moment, but I think it's probably smarter that he didn't. But,
I agree.
I wish he did.
So when you think he's about to just let it loose, he goes, I'll take you to Michael's.
And you know what? Let's go to Michael's. Yeah. Let's use those coupons.
Let's go, girl. Come on. This will make everyone feel better.
Come on, Belly. Let's get to Michael's.
Yeah.
We're going to Michael's.
Which is very sweet. I mean, I love Michael's. A trip to Michael's.
I fucking love Michael's.
Sign me up.
So fun. And also like fun and cute and flirty. Like, oh no, a big hair.
Yuck.
That happens.
So fun and cute and flirty. And so Adam, this is when Adam's praising Jeremiah. He says, I'm proud of you. I've noticed a change, and now
the switch up is crazy.
So
Adam.
Crazy. All it took was him finding one thing, and he's like,
he found one thing wrong.
You're the star child.
He comes in, and Adam like all of a sudden is like, wow, you figured this thing out. Thanks so much. By the way, I've been really impressed with you lately. You're keeping your side of the loft clean. You're making dinner, whatever the fuck. And he's like, And by the way, if you and Belly are going to do this thing, then you're going to do this thing. All of a sudden, he's like in. And by the way, paying for the wedding now.
Yeah, and he's like, by the way, I support you. Like, I'll pay for it. But I want you to have the wedding at the country club.
Yep.
And then Jeremiah's kind of like, oh, Belly wanted to get married at the house. And Adam's like, well, I'm paying for it.
He
so
goes,
I want you.
No. Now I'm paying for this whole thing now, he says. He just swoops
so he's like,
in.
I got it. Don't worry.
Don't worry about it. And then he wants to invite people from work, apparently. And Kaylee is gonna help with with a bunch of shit. Did you see that?
But that was revealed later on. Yeah, when Jeremiah's talking to Belly.
Yeah. Okay.
So then it jumps back. Conrad and Belly are still in the car on the way to Michael's.
And then Cherry starts playing.
And Cherry by Harry Styles is playing. Like, seriously?
I was like, I can't believe this is playing.
No,
right now.
Crazy move.
Great placement.
Great
song placement. Best of the episode, I think.
Yeah.
Is the Cherry.
Great song uses and like Linger too.
Linger. I have Cherry and then Linger right after, which we'll get into Linger.
Conrad tells Belly that he's in therapy. They're kind of having this heart to heart, and they just are having this really nice talk in the car.
Yeah.
Then it goes to Denise and Steven on the train. Who gives a fuck? I literally have
cares?
Denise and Steven on the train. I don't care.
I didn't even write anything
Yeah.
about it.
They're
I went right past
flirting.
it. Actually, no, I'm kidding. Don't care about Steven and Denise. But that's way later, so they must have brought them up again. Oh, yeah, when they're like flirting.
Because they're like, we're gonna split a cab. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, they're flirting on the train.
Center.
Who cares?
I don't care.
You can walk to Javits Center.
Also, you could walk there, and also, what's at the? Are you guys both going to an event at the
Yeah,
Javits Center?
I guess
Is
so.
it like a Comic-Con? Did I miss that? I wasn't listening to their conversation, so who gives a fuck? But wait, I had
So after they are flirting on the train, it goes back to them at Michael's.
Okay, that's yes. Okay.
It goes back to them. They're at Michael's now. Saying all this stuff. She's like picking out the vases, and he's like, "Can we how long is this gonna take?"
Yeah.
And you can tell that this kind of makes Belly upset. So he's like,
he says his like inner monologue says like. And for a second, I remembered that I'm not the one getting married to her. So he gets like pissy for a sec.
Yeah.
And then he's like, how long is this going to take? And yeah, Belly like is visibly shook by that because, and to be fair, like, yeah, that's a little bit of whiplash. Like he's been so willing to help you all day long. And then all of a like in this moment, there's attitude. Like that would shake me too. So I was with Belly on that.
I have written, it's not lame. He loves you. But I forget what that's about. I think Belly like says like, oh, like the vases are lame or something's lame. And Conrad's like, no, like it's not lame, like whatever. I'm like, oh my god, he's so in love with her. Like Michael's is literally like this blurry, sparkly heaven.
For real.
Like,
is it the flower, the fake flowers?
Yeah, maybe it was the fake flowers.
She was kind of talking shit about the fake flowers for a sec, and she was just like, oh, these are whatever. And then I guess she picks out some flowers, and he's like, these aren't lame. And then later she says, those flowers you picked out were the ones that were on my bedside table that I wanted to get rid of for a long time.
Yeah, that happens a little bit later.
But I think that's what she's saying is lame in the moment, right?
Right,
and he's
the
like,
flowers.
no, they're not.
Yeah.
But those flowers specifically, I think.
So, they're picking out the flowers. He's just staring at her. There's a lot of slow-mo, a lot of natural light. Like, she just looks so beautiful.
I said it's dappled lighting is the theme of Belly and Conrad. Like, we see Jeremiah at the office, and it's all corporate and dark and whatever. And then we see Belly and Conrad, and it's literally dappled. Like, the light is shining just so in every way, in every scene.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like, when she's walking in the flower shop, like, the lighting on her face is, like, so perfect.
It's very, like, it's so prominent, the way that the light is. And it's also in, like, a soft lens. Like, it's very clear that Conrad's in a love haze.
Yes, 100%. I said he literally sees her in slow-mo, LOL.
Yep.
Then, Linger's playing in the background. They're back in the car.
Which I loved.
Who
covered that? That wasn't the Cranberries.
Royal Lotus.
Oh,
yeah.
Excellent cover.
Yeah, it's such a good cover. You should listen to it. It's on Spotify.
I'm about to. Yeah. I meant to add it. Now I know.
Conrad tells Belly that he got fired.
Huge.
Belly, huge.
He's finally honest because he didn't even tell his dad or anything, right? Like no one else knows.
Yeah, and in his internal monologue, he's kind of like talking about how he always like wanted to be like perfect for Belly and like be like this. Susanna said that he. Through Belly's eyes, he hung the moon.
Yes.
So he's always wanted to be that person for Belly.
She said, we heard Susanna say that during the Deb ball, I believe, when she's talking to Laurel, and it's like the two of them at the table, and they're watching Conrad and Belly dance or something, and then Susanna says something along the lines of like, Belly looks at Conrad like he's hung the moon. Yeah. And so that is, proof that she says it all the time.
Yeah, which is so cute and like so sad. So he just like has this expectation.
A little bit of pressure though on Conrad.
Totally. And I think, from those young flashbacks too, like you get a little taste of that too.
Absolutely.
So Conrad opens up to Belly. Belly just talks to him. She's super nice about it, gives him advice. She's like, you can't be the hero every time. Like, you can't win every time. Like,
most mature I've seen Belly.
Yeah, for sure.
Thus far.
They're so good when they're together.
I know. And when they're both, like, being real. Like, I feel like Conrad, and Conrad even says, I think you literally just said it, Conrad says, like, a problem of his in the past is that he's not honest about his like faults. Like he wants to be this guy who like fixes everything and is hung the moon or whatever, but when he comes back down to earth and is real about shit with Belly, like she can handle it. And I feel like everyone I feel like if Belly would act more like an adult if people treated her more like an adult. And not to say that she shouldn't proactively be acting like an adult at this point in time, but I do think she gets babied just as much as she is a baby.
100%.
And in this moment, she has the opportunity to be mature, and she completely rises to the occasion. And another reason why I'm furious is she's not going to Paris, which she also brings up in this moment after Conrad like says all
it's
this
a really
other
good
shit
point.
and says like, oh yeah, I wish I was like going to Paris and whatever. So I guess now Conrad knows she's no longer going to Paris. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess
I didn't
so.
see that convo.
I
so
thought
don't know.
Conrad would be a little bit more
Like
wait,
pissed.
what? You're not going?
Same.
Yeah.
I fully expected that. So I don't. Maybe it didn't register to him. But then Belly, like, after they're having these moments, it's sweet, whatever. I think this is when this happens. Or is this after they stop for Peaches?
Yeah, this is on the way. They stop.
Okay. On the way
Just one
to
other point that I was thinking about. With the Paris thing, Conrad is talking about like, Belly's asking him like, do you like? You must really like being out in California, like if you want to go back there. And he's like, yeah, I love it. And then in his head he goes, it's as far away as possible from you.
Yeah, he's like, I love it. Yeah, because it's so far.
Yeah.
Right. Also in that moment, the Paris thing, she's like, maybe Jared and I can go there on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
And I roll my fucking eyes.
And Conrad's like, I'm literally gonna crash my car.
Yeah.
So then Belly very briefly mentions that she's hungry, whatever. So they're driving. They drive past a little farm that has a stand that says Peaches. Conrad notices that Belly's like looking.
It's totally in the middle of nowhere. By the way,
I know.
It's like they're on like there's nothing, no homes, nothing, and then there's just like this peach stand.
Peach stand, of course.
It looks like a mirage.
Yeah. So this scene is pretty book accurate, which I liked.
Yeah.
So
I saw people going crazy on Twitter about it. Yeah.
So, they pulled over. There's the peach stand. She's eating the peach. It's like dripping down her.
She's eating the peach.
And Conrad's like, ugh.
She's literally eating the peach in the most sexual way possible. Like these are the moments too where I'm like low-key annoyed by Belly because I can't tell if she knows she's like being sexy.
I don't think she does.
Like, whoops, I'm just a little girl with peaches on my face. And it's like, no, girl, it looks like cum. Like, be real. Like, be real. The
I
way
just
you're
couldn't
eating
believe
this peach in front of Conrad is like, is this Call Me By Your Name? Or is this Summer I Turned Pretty episode 5?
I was literally about to say, they're pulling a Call Me By Your Name with the peaches
Which
scene
I'm
here.
not mad.
No, I'm not mad
just
at
saying,
all.
Recognize it for what it is. Like, these are, like, the juxtaposition of Belly acting like a little kid and Belly acting like a sexy woman, it's like, I can't have, you got to find somewhere in the middle or lean towards sexy woman because she's an adult. Like, the kid stuff, I'm over.
Yeah, I agree. And so, she eats the first peach. She's like, that
What
was
a
the
moment.
best peach I've ever had. Conrad's like, I wonder if the second one would taste as good. She's like, there's no way, whatever. So he gives her another peach to eat. She's eating the second peach. He's like literally, he must have a boner at this point.
I'm
like,
literally screaming watching the TV at this point.
basically
Being like,
drooling.
What is going on? Like,
I know.
Imagine someone pulls up and like sees this happening.
No,
and is
I
like,
couldn't believe
"Are you
it.
guys-
Like, what?
Should you guys get a room? Like,
No, seriously.
And it was a steamy, sexy
super
moment.
intimate. I mean,
The chemistry, out of control.
He walked, so then like the peaches is dripping down her face, whatever, and he moves closer to her, takes the bottom of his shirt and wipes like her chin with his shirt. Oh!
How is that old lady?
No,
like,
literally,
falling out of
I
the
was
chair?
like,
I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
I was like, Conrad and Belly are back, baby.
I know they are so
They're
back.
so
the
back.
fact that they didn't make out right there, and that's strength to Belly.
The self-control, yeah, seriously. I mean, you could tell even like when he walked away, he was like, "Whoa, I took that too far." He walked away. She turned around. She was like, "Whoa, what the fuck was that?"
Well, then she's like, "I'm gonna get some peaches for Jer." It's like way to ruin the moment, by the way. But like,
yeah.
the best way to ruin this moment would
Bring
be to
up
bring
Jer.
up Jeremiah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess. But holy fuck.
But I just
Holy
wanted
fuck.
to read this one part. It's from the book. And this is the scene. It says, Conrad reached out and wiped my chin with his shirt. It was maybe the most intimate thing anyone has ever done to me. I felt lightheaded, unsteady on my feet. It was all in the way he looked at me, just those few seconds. Then he dropped his eyes like the sun was too bright behind me.
Scandal. I saw someone in the
steamy,
replies of that
steamy.
being like, Belly, you are the sun. That's the thing. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, she really is Conrad's son.
She really is. But like she's the sun and he hung the moon. It's so crazy though. Like, right, their chemistry's insane. I love how
the chemistry is so much better than
so much better.
Yeah.
I love how they're letting like this episode so far has been my favorite because I love the Conrad point of view. Like I need more of that for sure moving forward, and I hope we get more because I think like seeing how much he cares, and maybe this is a testament to what's his Chris Chris Bryan.
Yeah.
He like I can really feel it from him. Like whereas in the other episodes, remember I was saying I was like I need more out of Conrad.
Yeah.
Like, he's barely he's does he have a
You can
pulse?
feel like the yearning, like the
you really can.
longing,
You
like
really
just through his
can.
like facial expressions and like even through like his body movements.
Yes.
Like it's
and the way
his
this
acting's very
episode was
good.
shot like the close-ups and the like on Belly's eyes and on Conrad's eyes and on her lips and her face and like how she moves and how he moves and just how he's looking at her. Like it is so well done. Bravo, Jenny.
Yeah,
bravo.
Very good.
Great scene, ridiculous scene, but great scene.
Yeah, agreed.
Like great.
Back to Denise and Steven on the train. I literally don't care. Who cares?
That was me. Don't care.
Yeah.
Bye.
So then Belly and Conrad are back at the house and they cook, sad face.
Yeah.
They're cooking together.
I did write this down. I forgot about Steven and Denise. He's like, I almost died 2 weeks ago. It's still only been 2 weeks? Since the accident? I don't know. I think it's been 3 at least. Because like
it feels longer.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
All this shit's been happening in 2 weeks. Anyway, so.
I know, right? Well, I mean, I
mean?
guess because they like want to get married so soon that like shit has to happen so fast.
It's like we're getting married in 8 weeks. Like they're getting married at the end of, I assume, August.
Yeah.
So.
August
slipped away. Potential.
I hope so. But I think they've already used August.
I think they did too.
Yeah,
but still.
Yeah.
We can run it back.
Sure, why not?
Do it again.
So they're cooking together. It's very cute. You know, she's like, no quinoa. We're going to eat fries.
Yeah.
And
Wait. Important to note first is that after the peach moment, they're in the car. They're on the way back. Conrad's like, enough. I'm just going to go right to bed. Like, it went too far or whatever.
Yes.
And there's a moment where Belly's like looking outside. She's I wonder if there'll be fire where, she's doing being sexy again and pretending that she doesn't know. And Conrad has a moment where he can decide, all right, good night, I'm going up to bed and not play with fire. And instead, he goes, you still hungry? And I said, ooh, Conrad, you're bad. You're bad.
He can't help himself.
He can't help himself.
Yeah,
He loves it
it's
so much.
really cute.
Meanwhile, Jared's still fucking up at work. He's doing whatever.
No,
like,
literally.
He's not fucking up, but he's on the last train to Cousins.
He's grinding back there.
Being
So,
annoying.
they're eating together. They're drinking wine.
When I saw the wine, I
was
went,
like, oh,
you
shit's about to go
gotta
down.
be kidding me. I said, what is Jeremiah about to walk into?
Yeah, I was like, shit's about to go down. Because
was
Belly
crazy.
is such a lightweight. She
No.
does not handle her alcohol well.
No, she does not.
And she also, like, brings up the most, like, embarrassing things.
She has one sip of wine, and wine is truth serum for her. Like she literally can't help. We know that from what was this? What was the season where she had all those margaritas?
Oh,
and,
the
broke Susanna's thing.
Yeah, it was like the passion fruit margaritas or something.
That was an embarrassing display.
Yeah,
but that was like liquor. So I was like, all right, but the wine, she still acts the same. Yeah, she can't handle the alcohol.
So they're laughing at dinner together, and they're talking about the flowers that they got at Michael's, that what they look like, blah blah blah. And
Yes.
Belly's like,
that's where they talk about how they look like the flowers that were on my bedside table that I wanted to throw away for so long.
in the guest room of her house. Yeah. And Conrad was like, oh, maybe that is why I picked them out. And then it goes into a flashback of that scene. It was like the last time that they really hung out before shit went down, before prom. Conrad's in the guest room. Belly sneaks in. Conrad's like
at Belly's house.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we see these flowers on the bedside table.
Yeah.
By the way.
Conrad's like, Laurel's gonna kill you. Like, don't come in. Blah blah blah. Belly's like, oh, I don't care. Like I just want to see you. They start cuddling and kissing and. Oh my God, they're just so cute. She's reassuring him about Susanna.
Very passionate.
So passionate.
Very sexual.
So
they literally have sex.
Sensual. Like, oh my, the
Sensual,
lip biting.
Yes.
Like,
the
I was.
kissing of like the bottom of her neck.
Oh, like they're
oh my
so
God.
like buzzy. Like they
Sexy.
put like a buzz, and they're just
Extremely.
so. Their chemistry is just off the charts. So they have sex in the guest room.
I've never seen her with Jeremiah like that.
No,
I'll say
never.
that.
And
they're so. I feel like she and Jeremiah, their like sex life or whatever is very immature in the same way of like everything about the relationship.
right.
Is
And I think it
immature.
speaks a lot that they've never shown anything between them.
No,
And
just like kisses, like mwah. But then even the way that like Jeremiah talks about sex to Belly, like he just sounds like a horny teen.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't
100%.
sound like an adult who will ravish you. You know what I mean? Like in the same way that Conrad clearly can. Drama.
So the as they're going at it, whatever, the camera pans to the bedside table flowers. It goes back to them at dinner, and I have when Belly is drunk, she's crazy, bringing up the guest suite. Like she doesn't even know that she's doing it on purpose. You know what I mean? Like you're bringing up the last time that you guys had sex.
And that's the thing with like the flowers. But does she know what she's doing? Because that is the question. Like I think that Belly feigns ignorance and like what? Like she just acts like an airhead a little bit sometimes because like when she's, you know, especially when it comes to Conrad, she remembers everything.
Yeah.
And we know that because she was so obsessed with him. Like the way she talks about the details of like how he moves, like even for her to say something like, you're so romantic with wet hair.
Yeah.
Like that is like, she notices shit. Like she's
Yeah.
not stupid. So for Conrad to bring those flowers out at Michael's and her to be like, Psh, what? Like she was shook by seeing those flowers. For then to her have a couple of glasses of wine in her and bring it up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that's why I freaked out about those flowers. It reminded me of my guest room. Like she knows what she's bringing. Like Conrad, do you remember those flowers in the guest room? Because we fucked in there. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that she's a little more calculated than we're led to believe.
Right.
You know?
I think so too.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So then Jeremiah shows up. He's back from work. Oh yay!
Whatever.
Yeah,
he's got his suit on. He looks like it looks like he's been to war.
Yeah, he says that he sits down. He's like, they're like, are you hungry? Conrad's like, well, there's no extra, so sorry.
Yeah.
And Jeremiah
he says like no, right? Like he says like a bitchy answer.
And Conrad's like, no, like there's no extra for you. So Jeremiah sits at the table. Belly sits on his lap. Conrad's like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yep.
Jeremiah tells Belly that Adam supports the wedding.
Yep.
Belly's like, yay, blah blah blah. They're kind of like all over each other, and
Conrad, congrats, man.
Yeah.
With the fakest congrats.
Fakest. Another book accurate moment is when Conrad goes, I'd rather shoot myself in the head with a nail gun repeatedly than watch these two continue to touch each other.
I loved that.
They're just
like,
awesome.
More of this Conrad. More of this Conrad.
Yeah, that's a line that opens like one of Conrad's chapters in the book, which is so funny.
Obsessed.
So I love that they included that. And and then Belly and Jeremiah go down to the dock to watch the fireworks. They're talking. I wrote down here, Belly never holds Jeremiah accountable for his shit.
Never.
Anytime she upsets him, blah, 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 she just brushes it off. Like, you gotta bring stuff up. You can't just keep burying the shit, burying.
Because it's like, not only does he have control of the situation, like Jeremiah is like, is bulldozing them into this relationship.
Yeah.
He also now has emotional control over the situation.
Yeah.
So it's like he had a temper tantrum about this cake and she doesn't bring up like, hey babe, like before your dad agreed to do everything and now I'm glad that that's all happening. But that upset me before when you like wouldn't even consider because you had to stomp your feet and be a fucking baby about the $1,000 cake.
Yeah.
Like don't act like that, and she just it's fine. Oh, who cares?
Jeremiah tells Belly that it's Jer.
It's just Jer. Shut up.
Jeremiah tells Belly that Adam's gonna pay for the wedding. She's like, oh, okay. And she's like, does he know that we're gonna do it at the house? And he's like, well, he actually wants it at the country club with some clients and some other people and blah blah blah.
She hates it.
And she's like, wait, no, like I thought we were just gonna have this small wedding, intimate, just us. Like I don't want these random people there that we don't know. I want to get married at the house. And then, of course, Jeremiah uses his mom again to guilt trip Belly. And he's like, well, I think like this is what my mom like would have wanted anyway. And she's like, yeah, me too, blah, blah, blah. So he just guilts her into going along with what he wants, like usual.
So
and then
dumb.
he brings up that the secretary, Kaylee, is going to be the wedding planner.
That's like a crazy aside.
And she's like, Kaylee?
Yeah,
and
like
I'm
who?
curious to if Jeremiah knows that Kaylee's Kaylee.
There's no fucking way.
There's no way.
Go all the way back to the beginning when Conrad is having a conversation with his dad, and then he like talks a little bit to himself, being like, yeah, the way he did push me away. Like I used to like do nothing but try to impress my dad and like need my dad to approve or whatever until I found out who he was. And at this point, like, are we sure? Like we know that Jeremiah knows that Adam cheated on Susanna, right? Like, are we sure about that? We know Conrad knows, but does Jeremiah?
I like don't know,
because I feel like Jeremiah would be less like, Daddy, look at me.
No, 100%.
If he knew that, and he would fucking hate Kaylee if he knew that too. Like that's how Jeremiah is. You know what I'm saying? Like he would be so pissy about that. And even like asking his dad, "Hey, do you want to bring him?"
Yeah, I don't think
that
he knows.
Was strange. There's no way. And from where I'm sitting watching the show, I have not seen proof that
it says
Jeremiah knows.
Yeah, it's
not
not
explicitly. We've been told, like we definitely have been told that this happened, and it was this girl.
Yeah, Kaylee.
So far,
yeah.
But like as a viewer of the show,
Wait, what? Sorry.
Like, have we been explicitly told, like, that's the girl that...
Yes.
I'm, like, completely forgetting the moment of finding out that Adam cheated on Susanna.
It's Conrad's on the phone with Belly. Belly's sitting on her washer and dryer. Conrad's in college.
Yes.
And I forget, like, how it gets brought up, but Conrad goes, my dad cheated on my mom. And Belly's like, wait, Adam cheated on Susanna?
Oh, yeah.
And he goes, with his secretary, Kaylee.
Sure, okay, it's coming back to me. There's no
way
Jeremiah
knows.
knows.
And I'm looking it up, and it really seems like people say no. People are saying that he doesn't know. So there's literally no way he'd be like, oh, and the secretary Kaylee can plan the wedding. He would not
be so hype, right? Exactly. Especially like planning the wedding in Susanna's absence, like no way.
And another tidbit that's thrown in there. Belly starts playing this song. She goes, I've been thinking about it, and this song has grown on me. So another thing that they don't agree on was the first dance song, some fucking jive song,
which I didn't even like.
What the hell?
Yeah, I was like, what are we doing here?
So they start doing the jive together, and I'm like, oh my god, literally kill me. I wrote, ew, I can't watch these two. Mm-hmm. Then it's just really sad flashback to Conrad while Susanna's like basically on her deathbed. She's like really at the end of her life, which is very hard to see and hard to watch, and Conrad's super upset. And basically because Conrad is watching them through his window, watching Belly and Jeremiah dancing, that's what leads him to the flashback, because he says, I made a promise to my mom on her deathbed and I can never take that promise back, which is revealed to be that he like promised to his mom that he would like always take care of Jeremiah.
Of course.
Always protect Jeremiah. So,
Susanna says, and again, love Susanna, but that's a lot of fucking pressure to put on Conrad.
She puts way too much pressure on her kids.
She puts a lot on him.
Yeah, without even knowing it, honestly.
I think that she just thought that she was like saying the right things and like brother stuff, and it's like didn't realize how seriously Conrad was going to take it, because she does say something like, she's like, I'm not afraid of dying. I'm not afraid of my life ending and whatever. She's like, because I know that you're always there to take care of Jeremiah. And like, won't you be? Like, you please be there for him and like, take care of him or whatever.
Which is just like that's crazy to say to a young kid who like barely is still figuring out his life.
Yeah, I felt
but
really
I get like the sentiment behind it, whatever.
Me too.
So then it goes back to Conrad. He's still watching them, whatever. He's like watching through the window, puts the blinds down, and I have it like, damn, ends with Conrad being like, fuck, this is the way that it is. He kind of just accepts it in his mind. He kind of has to keep reiterating to himself that, I told her last time that we talked about our feelings, I told her that like I didn't feel that way and she was better off with Jer, and like I meant it, and this is the way that it has to be, and she's better off with him than me, and the episode ends.
Kill
me!
Come
Please,
on.
Kill me and my family.
I need like a sign from Susanna, you know what I mean? Like I need I don't know.
Something.
I need something to happen to shake Belly up so bad that she cancels the wedding.
Like, I need Conrad to find out that Jeremiah cheated.
Yes.
Like, so bad.
Gia, I've like already forgotten.
Yeah.
We've got all this other shit going on. I've completely forgotten that he literally cheated on her a month ago. A month ago.
It gets so swept under the rug. It's crazy. Like, Conrad needs to find out so badly. Steven needs to find out.
How do you think he's going to find out? Taylor. It has to be Taylor. It has to be Taylor to spill the fucking beans. Taylor, have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Go out, pick up the cake with Conrad. Remember that? When they were like, oh, we'll get the cake and it'll be cheaper with pickup or whatever. Like, I feel like that felt like foreshadowing somehow of like Conrad having to pick up the cake. Taylor, I'll come with you. Like that's what I need.
We need Taylor Conrad 1-on-1.
Yeah,
so she drops the bomb.
Yeah, we fucking do. She's got all the tea. She has everything.
Because I think
she's out on, like, she's not in on Jeremiah anymore.
I don't think
like,
she is.
She basically told, like, and she doesn't like the wedding. Like, her first reaction was like, I told you guys to get back together, not get fucking engaged. So we know that she's on our team. I think
that'll be the catalyst. Like, that'll be the big bomb that blows up when Conrad finds out. And I can't wait. But I can't believe it's only one episode a week.
I know, fuck. It's it's really, really tough. But 5th episode, down, track 5. Great track 5
Great track 5. Really good episode.
Well done, Jenny Han.
Yeah.
Her TikTok is, by the way, just very funny. Like, she does behind the scenes in, like, a very funny way.
It was funny when she was like, because so many people were posting, like, it's a 90-minute episode with Conrad's point of view. She stitched it and she was like, I don't know where you got that information, but it's not 90 minutes. So funny.
That's great. I really like her. That. She's being very funny. And I also saw another very funny little interview with Lola, Chris, and I don't know Jeremiah's real name.
Gavin,
I do. Yeah. The three of them, they're doing like a lie detector test.
Yeah.
And Gavin's like in the hot seat, and Benny's saying like, "Would you?" Lola asks like, "Oh, would you be there for me in like a time of need?" And he's like, "Yeah, for sure." And it's like, "That's a lie." And she's like, "What? Am I too emotional? Is it because I'm a woman?" And like she's like laughing at him, and Gavin's just like rolling his eyes, come on.
Like, Lola and Chris are like kind of always laughing at him.
No, it's
not
hilarious.
with him. Yeah.
And I do feel I feel a little bad for Gavin because obviously everybody's shitting on Jeremiah now, like, so it's whatever. But it was very like Belly, Conrad, Jeremiah of them in that moment.
Yeah,
so it's silly. But yes, all right. That thus concludes the wrap up.
The fifth episode.
Complete. We of course will be back for episode 6 next Thursday. Thank you guys for listening.
Yep.
We love you so much. Thank you for all of your voicemails, DMs, etc., etc. Hope you enjoy the conversation we had with our bestie Bryan, and we will see you guys next week.
Love you guys.